Oi, oi. This is epic. Double flat thumbs to infinity fries. Flat Earth British. Martinliedtke, Spartacus speaking. Back. I'm back. I'm always here. I'm omnipresent, guys. Do not despair. It is fantastic to be back. I'm absolutely buzzing. Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. It's absolutely fantastic to be alive because, like, as opposed to like dead might be all right. I don't know. But what I'm saying is it's a really, really precious time for us all. It's a present. It's called a present for a reason because it is a present. Okay. And we must seize the day. So that's what we do on Flat Earth British. We seize the day. Okay. We fucking grab that day. Okay. And win it. Because that's what we do. So I've been here, as I said, omnipresent, doing Flat Earth British stuff. Just haven't posted in a couple of days or so because I'm doing stuff, and it's all Flat Earth Britishness anyway. Okay, it's going to be fab. So lots to update you on, lots happening on the scene, but it is back to business. Okay, it is back to business, the work and the mission at hand. Okay, so a burning question. Okay, a burning question, which is sort of a given in the Flat Earth British sort of Tartarian sort of thing, that it's impossible. Nay, impossible. See the joke there? Nay, impossible to build these fabulous structures that we see in antiquity, namely Tartarian structures, using horse and buggy or horse and cart on muddy, deeper mud filled roads, which is what they had at the time. Some places quite hilly, with really, really heavy masonry, glass, ornamentation for the interiors of these buildings. So I've been doing a bit of investigating. So is the nature of a history detective. And I found something. And I think it's what's important to do at this juncture of Flat Earth Britishing is to make a distinction between the different types of architecture. Now, the architecture that we're looking at with, for example, fantastic Tartarian architecture with the portals and all the antiquitech, we can attribute them to the old world. Okay, built on divine principles, they are sound machines. The Gothic cathedrals of what they call, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th century, Gothic cathedrals, okay, and not only in Europe, but the Gothic cathedrals, there's something else going on with them. Okay, we could never have ever have got them with the tools that they say, copper chisels and rubbish, no technologies, no drills. I'm going in favor of these things were like, 3D printed. Maybe they just that big 3D printing machines that came along and just set these things, because some of the evidence I've seen in the Czech Republic last year in a place called Krumlov, which was looking like 3D printed, welded stone. It was like, okay. And now my son's got 3D printer. It's sort of, solidifying the idea that this is the case, especially for the knobbly bits, etc. But anyway, we'll have a look at all that in this. So it is absolutely fantastic. Is that dear Sophie in the chat? Aww, woof for Stanley. It's awesome to see you. Much love to you, lovely Sophie. Very happy to see you indeed. Dale, who's actually buzzing in chat. Everyone is. Everyone's feeling all fab. If you're not feeling fab and you're not feeling all fantastic at the moment, don't worry. I got enough for all of us. And I'm happy to share with you. You will be feeling all fab and like something has happened in your life by the end of this vlog. Okay, guys, there's lots to go through. And as I said, I've been super busy doing Brian exercises and getting my shit together before the fantastic spring, because everyone's getting really excited for like getting out of the house after all of that terrible fucking winter and seeing other people and getting some real-time hugs, which you don't get on like YouTube and shit because it's all virtual bollocks, isn't it? The real action is boots on the ground, eyes to eye contact, yeah? And then we can have a disco inferno, burn, baby, burn. Just like that. in that order. You get my drift? Of course you do. Of course you do. You're groovy people. You wouldn't be here otherwise. Okay. So as I said, it is fantastic to see you all, guys. I'm actually buzzing. It's lovely when I haven't been here for like a week or so, and everyone's like, "Where are you?" And they all turn up, and everyone's happy to see me, which is also it's a nice feeling. So thank you for that. So here's my friend there, Cher. We'll be hanging out with front row seat. I'm going on that show. We're going on that show very shortly. I'm having an interview tomorrow. 2 interviews actually tomorrow. Did one Wednesday as well with Tash and Beck's Flex. So that was nice. So that'll be up soon. The video, I mean. There's my son. Welsh Dragon Metals. Ed. TW. They all little. YouTube. It's a disaster. It's too carnage, isn't it? It's like, no, it's not carnage enough. It's shit, actually. We gotta fluff it up a bit, guys. Make it more fun, okay? A bit more interesting. So they're all boring bastards out there, guys. They are, yeah. They're all moaning, grumpy, boring bastards. Only boring people get boring. Get bored. Did you get bored? Fuck no. There's thousands of flat Earth British videos and shit to watch. How could you ever get bored? Hi, Joe. Thank you for that. You are an absolute angel. You're so super kind. It is very nice one. People are super kind. Woof. That's the Sophie's dog, Stanley. It's a lovely Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Woof. DN, good to see you. So, yeah, okay. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Detective work. So, built into Tartaria using horse and buggy seems to be a given. I've seen it on TikTok. It's like, it's impossible. Now, what I have found through my investigations, which I'm going to share, obviously, yes, I'm live, Anonymous Apocalypse. Obviously, you can make your own mind up, okay, about any of what I'm saying. I'm just showing you my deductions and what I think is going on. So make your own minds up. So what I'm going to show you is really interesting pictures, mind-blowing, actually. And then the penny dropped that this shit is not happening. Okay, and this solidified it for me, is what I'm going to share with you now. I'm going to share with you a photographic collection, the built-in of the. There's a massive sync weird with this as well. I'll tell you now. The Church of the Sacred Heart on top of Montmartre Hill in Paris, which was built to commemorate battles, bullshit of the really anomalous and weird, now I'm starting to think, Franco-Prussian War, which ended in was in 1871, and there's a lot of bad stuff happening in 1871. A lot of American cities, Boston, others, all at that same year, weirdly enough. So at this juncture as well, I'm also saying that this is all getting really weird. Not that it wasn't weird to begin with, but now it is really weird. Can't really put my finger on it. I'll have to show you and see what you all think. So, a distinction. Now, weird thing is I watched a film last night. Had to have a nose to see if it was any good, because I wouldn't be able to not see it. So, John Wick's 4 with crazy as fuck Keanu Reeves. Okay, so basically they just did a rip-off. Spoiler alert, this for you. I don't even care. I'm going to anyway. Okay, we all die. There you are. Spoiler alert. Keanu Reeves, they ripped off the Warriors, yeah, with the black chick talking into the microphone. Yeah, John Wick is bopping his way across Paris. Yeah, he's taking out the fucking, I don't know, the baseball furies, or the equivalent of in John Wick's world. Do you get me? So anyway, to cut a long story short, the combination of the film is obviously they're like all Satanists, so they have a witch down. Yeah. And in this case, I can't tell you because I would spoil the film for you. But it all happened in this basilica. Okay, this one I'm going to be talking about now, which there is a photographic record of it being built. Now, okay, some things are being built. in what you call the late Victorian era. Okay, and there are photographs for it now. But what I'm going to show you now is the monumental, I mean colossal, undertaking just for that building alone. I mean reshape the earth to get that thing in place. And I'm not even joking. So if this was the case for all of antiquity, then we must be witnessing in some of these photographs, especially of panoramics of cities, something being built. We don't see anything built. And what I'm going to show you now, we should see following, say, San Francisco earthquake and fire, or Boston, or Chicago. But we don't, which is weird. We do not see San Francisco just 9 years later. It's got the Pan-Pacific Exposition, the best in the world, and the city rebuilt. Do you see all of this happening? Fuck no. Fuck no. It just shit out of nowhere, like it did in the first place. Okay. But I really do feel that there's a distinction. So I've got an old book that I've dug up that I remember from the past, which shows you, and I'll share later all of these books and things I'll show you in a minute in the descriptions box following this video, which shows you the people that came along in the reset period, which is when this book was written. So in the early to mid 1800s, in this case, they say that they can't replicate the old architecture of the 13th up to the 19th century. So anything with all of that decorative feature, all of that ornamentation, yeah, even in a Romanesque flavor, they still got all of the Corinthian arch tops and the decoration, haven't they? Flowers flowing, statues, all of that, right? In this basilica, you get none of it. Okay, it is a plain bog standard Baroque style, based on sacred principles, because it's got a four angel structure to it, but it's just nothing going on with it. I think this is a Homo Satanism. I think this is their hoedown sort of thing. There's all stuff underneath that hill itself, Montmartre Hill, because there was it was used as a standoff during the Communards siege with the Prussians, apparently, and there was buildings there that were taken out, which you'd see some evidence of in this photographic journal, which is highly interesting as well. So there's a lot going on in this post. Later on, we're going to talk about 100 things, guys. I'm going to whiz through. Okay, make sure you subscribe and all them groovy things that you see to do on YouTube. But okay, so we're going to look into that, the prospect of 3D printed worlds, but the old antiquity and sacred principles and the distinction between we can't make that shit anymore. Oh my God, it was fantastic. So the cathedrals you see in like the cities of Europe, like British cities, like, you know, York Minster or Lincoln Cathedral or 100 others across Europe. We're going to look at some weird films later on that I've come across that I'm going to share with you, which is highly freaky. I'll explain to you later. Photographic collections of Mandalay in Burma and a shit ton of leftover covered in mud antiquitech from the old world. The Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, also the same story, 1886, everything covered in mud, everything resetted. So they tarted that up in the modern day for a bit like they did with Egypt for tourism. So later on, I know you have the anticipated, highly anticipated Flat Earth's Got Talent. That's in the pipeline, hasn't run away. Okay, neither have I. Okay, it's all gonna fall into place magically, like when I make it happen. Okay, which I will, because I always do. Okay, I'm good at this stuff. We're going to look into Kirshter and some of the mind-blowing stuff. Now, Kirshter, as I've explained before, you know, he's around in the 1700s and he's explaining stuff that we really just getting to terms with. Guy's a super genius. The last guy in this place with any information. He talks about a secret language used by them, mirror writing, which is projected, which is like the narrative for in the Bible, you know, the writing on the wall. When he looks on the wall and he's writing. But that's projected, Joe. There's a lot of projections going on. We know about the magic lantern, etc. But I think even with Limelight, I think that they was doing some sort of holography on stages in the Victorian, Tartarian age. I really do. I think there's a whole science of that sort of advanced holography, if you like, going on, which is not that difficult to pull off. Okay, so I'm going to have a drink, get my shit together. I'm going to be really well behaved for YouTube because I don't know, maybe they just had their little mental thing. I don't even know. The algorithm, it must have been pulling its hair out the other day. Me and my son, you know, we devised, if you like, a nonsensical post, non-logical head fuck, not to put a finer point on it, specifically aimed at AI to go, this makes no logical sense. I can't stand it. And then just like explode or whatever the equivalent is in AI world. Implode. Like Ant-Man. Christopher, good to see you. Dale, thank you for popping by. Dale Little as well. Alpha Billy, as always. The gang is in. Okay. If they could see me now, that whole gang of mine. Telling big truths, not drinking any wine, because that shit's shit. Hippie shake. Jesus changed water into wine. I ain't fucking touching that shit then. Fuck that. What? Manny, good to see you. TW. Too early for blasphemy? It's never too early for blasphemy. I wake up and blaspheme. Just to let you know, I don't think I was actually put here to be that good. Yeah. In equal balance. Good and not, all at the same time, which is fantastic. I wouldn't have me any other way. That would be boring. Dieng. Esley's in the house. See you, my friend. And Dave Knuckles, as always, my brother. Lovely Joe. Alvaldis is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Again. And I don't know, YouTube fucked everybody's names up, haven't they? They're all words and fucking numbers and shit now. Like everyone knows what to do automatically. They do that on purpose. I think they're alienating the old. They can't even get the milk open. How are they going to do the finer points of YouTube? Helen, good to see you, lovely. And Kevin Bell. Anyone objection to a reset was put in one of those enormous mental hospitals? No shit. That was definitely a thing. Interestingly, earthquakes. Now, I felt an earthquake. I think it might have been my first, but maybe not my first. Thank you, Manny. The other week, my bed dropped. Boom. Like that. I was like, okay, what was that? That was weird. And I was doing my logical breakdown, like when you hear a noise in the night and, you know, it's a bag of crisps uncrinkling. So you've broke that shit down. You found that out in your mind, so you don't freak out. So I did that, and I could never come to a conclusion. I found out it was an earthquake. And then I see my mate, my bro, Matthew Davis. Yeah, you all know Matthew. Yeah, he's one of our lot. See him, and he said, I got a message for you on my phone, Matt. Check this out. And it was specifically, tell Martin when you see him. I was there. All the workers where I am, they all got sent home like a couple of hours before the earthquake from work. So they knew the earthquake was coming. So there wasn't really an earthquake then, was it? Or was he doing testing something in the South Wales mines? Something else? Does it even matter? They've had this sort of technology forever anyway. Nothing is natural in this place. The weather, yeah, whatever. That's going to be fun this year. Can't wait. AI. Okay, I was just talking about you, not you specifically. Chan, good to see you. Chan Yang. So I pulled that off. Ryan, good to see you. Hugh. And I want everyone. I saw maybe I throat so. I want everyone to eat all. You can woof if you want or a meow. Okay, in your rooms. There's no shame. Okay, we're grown-ups. We're allowed to do what we want. Eat all. Or meow. And you'll feel like you've done something communal, you know. And the animals, they rock. They're the best, aren't they? Yeah. All of the birds, they pretty fucking shit out and all, aren't they? Yeah. Trees. All free. Free. Hills are free, guys. We should be rejoicing. We should be just rejoicing. We should be running naked in the streets. Maybe not all of us. Beatnies by Ron. Hi, good to see you, my friend. Okay, we're going to get into the juice now, right? And I'm going to share an old book. Florine, good to see you. Lovely. Dave Waffles is in the house. Yeah, you're going to hook up for my next round. I'll explain all later. With, I can't remember the abbreviation. My Brian's actually collapsing. I'll be all right. I'll manage. I've been worse on YouTube. Doesn't matter. Oh, hey, Stuffed Beagle. I shit the bed. Stuffed Beagle. I haven't seen you in the 10th of never. There you go, then. That's what we say in Wales. There you go, then. So, DNA. Term of endearment. It is, I think. Little Wing. We love you, Little Wing. Little Wing got a present for Hank the Wank, who's really lonely. He's been moaning. He needs a wankette or a hankette, which is only fair. You know, he's been dead and what he's gone through lately, and the last 2 years been hell for that boy, that Skellington. Doesn't matter because he's dead. Got no feeling one way or the other. You know, that would be just weird. Marlene, or Melanie, as I should say. She's also coincidentally my friend's name, Mel. Only she wouldn't let me call her Mel. She says, "Don't call me Mel," so don't call her Mel, which is fine. Okay, Melage. That's it. That's specific to me. Melage. Worldwide ghosts. I wonder if years are burning now. Okay, don't think for a second. Right? Because I read minds. I'm a Brian reader. Don't think for a second. I don't know what's going on in all your minds. Okay, yeah. So you want to watch out. So, on with the show. Just to put you all right, just before we get into the juiceage. Okay, we got loads of funny stuff a bit later. It won't be too rude. Okay, and if there is any selected nudity, it will be in the form of Russian oil paintings. Again, classy and getting away with it. I know. I'm just basking a moment in my cunning. Okay. I have a cunning plan. Okay. I've always got cunning plans. They all come together eventually. Just fall into place. Okay. Oh, Dr. Bass. Much love, Dr. Bass. Can't drop links. Well, I'll rent you up in a minute over on this side, bros, because I can't really do that shit, man. Everything at the same time. No, fuck me. 33. Dick Van Gessel of the Illuminati confirmed. Okay. We don't do 33, sure. Okay. I wasn't even 33. Yeah. I went straight from 32 years of age to 34. Just letting you know. And my juice, apple. Don't do fucking orange juice, sure. Just let you know. We keep us up. I can prove it, but I'd have to spill it out. London man, would I lie? I'll show you it in my mouth. I don't like to do that. Okay, that's maybe too much. So there's Hugh. Awesome. He welcomes me with an ear. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, more ears. Jeffrey. It's brilliant, isn't it? Fuck it, guys. Yeah, epic amounts of fuck it. Yeah, eat water, as my son has instructed us through Martin Guru say. I would be the most fucked up. I will fuck up that guru shit. All of that. Do you know them weird priests and all of that? I'd fuck up their shit. Can you imagine how much I'd fuck up the guru shit? Yeah. I'd redefine the whole of consciousness. It would be lovely, fluffy and warm, guys. Yeah. I know. So we're winning. Okay, then. I'm going to get into some juice. Tripping balls, DNT. Yeah, that's allowed. There is only one rule, okay? The one rule is there is no rules. Except for 420 maybe, but not necessarily. Flirt free and find and flirty free and find. I don't know, Mark, what that is. Lost in translation. Don't hurt my Brian this early on in the fucking night. Yeah. Yeah. What's that about reverse psychology? I'm a reverse psychologist. Dr. Bass. Okay, you know this weird shit goes down. No swear words. No, I won't swear. No, you can get the grandchildren. They can watch Flat Earth British. It will be fine, except for the last hour or so, with all the nudity and possibly penises and stuff. Possibly a lot of phallic objects and stuff like that. It's probably best if they're not there for that. Okay. This bit, probably not either. So let's not just bother. Romany Bear, good to see you, Million Bear. So that was easily solved. Bernie's Eye, good to see you. Mental case, man after my own heart. Don't create the rules. Rules are for bending, yo. Okay, we just do it by consent. Remember that, all their weirdness. I'm not even in it. I can't even. Don't even, please. Even to the extent. There's Matthew there. Thank you, Matthew. Even to the extent of in a taxi the other day, and the taxi driver, right? He was like being in Britain, kind of about 20 years or something. But yeah, you know, broken English. He was like, I don't know what's the matter with all these fucking people. He's saying they're all like zombies or robots. Look at them all. I was like, yeah, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Yeah. No shit. Don't run them over. 20 points. NPCs. No. So, tough ego. What's that face mean? Is that a happy? Is that good? Good. I want to see laughter. Yeah. I want to see sunshine. Okay. This is like animated now, isn't it? It's like zippity doo dah. Can you see our little bluebirds around my head? I know TNT can. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of Flatterday. Okay, let's get into it. Never go full retard on YouTube. Golden rule number 1. Okay. Madonna hasn't obeyed by that rule, though, apparently. So, whatever. Anyway, usage. Now, this is pretty funky. This is pretty funky. And what we got here is an old book I found in my collection way back. Okay, but I brought it back because just made the connections like we do, like the weirdness of shall I really bother with that post tomorrow or just go with something else? And then I watched John Wick and it's like that church, like it's a big deal. I thought, oh, fucking hell, I definitely am. So what this book explains in some detail, which I will link up after the show, is contrasts or the parallels between the noble edifices of the 14th and 15th centuries and similar buildings of the present day, shewing the present decay of taste. So what they're essentially saying is the buildings that are around now, which weren't built on all of these old principles, you know, like this one with the Gothic theme going on, are shit. Okay, the taste has decayed because there is nothing going on with these buildings that have popped up a bit later, you know, maybe late 1800s. What these photos that I will be showing you, you gotta, if this is going on with that one building, we should be seeing the same thing for the building of the Capitol building, just prior to them pictures being taken, or any of these massive monuments that are all over the world. We should be witnessing what I'm just going to show you. So there you are, Temple of Taste and Architectural Repository, and I guess in this a little bit on the Masonic side, so is the nature of finding the masonry, but it gives you a lot of detail concerning these distinctions. So what they're saying is the older Gothic, you know the style we're talking about, let me just give you an example, are fantastic beyond belief. And they're saying that the buildings of this time when this book is written, which is release date 1836, so really early in the 1800s, and they're just making this distinction then. As I said, it's like, you know, it's a reset, isn't it? It's like all of it is new. It's like, and we noticed that older, cooler shit, you know, with the massive church organs in them, that didn't have any keyboards with them when we actually found them. Then ones with the massive pipes, yeah, they're pretty amazing, aren't they? They're sound machines. And, you know, this sort of technology, which I started, I think, was sort of 3D printed, if I'm honest with you. Let me get that singular. That's on its side. They do give you actually depictions of what I'm trying to show you. If you just give me a second. So, yeah. Then you got like later Anglican efforts without any decoration, but these Gothic affairs, they can't rebuild these. And these follies, this old technology, it's just similar. But they know that it's not the same builders. It's a separate builders. They just know it. And these giant organs as well. Something going on with cinema. Cinema has a weird stage going on with a dome above it. The whole set for a cinema screen in a cinema. I noticed it's a setup. There's something going on with cinema screens in theatres too. I'll get to that later today. I have noticed that when I was looking into Limelight. So yeah, this is St Pancras Chapel, looking a bit on the old bland side. Not much going on the way of antiquity, statues or anything, as opposed to that one, which is covered in knobbly bits, and there's a distinction between them both. Okay. A definite distinction in styles, which was noticed early on in the recess. And these places full of dead bodies of the elites. Okay. Ready for what? Ready for resurgence. So yeah, this building's dead interesting. I have looked at it before, but I didn't look at the context, and I'm sorry I never, because I just put it straight down, like, you know, to, looking at it, it looks really old world. And I have seen endless photographs of it up on this hill. You can see this staircase in the movie John Wick. Not a spoiler alert for you. Okay. He has literally a biblical fight on these steps going up. And they're all mud flooders on this road. But I feel there was ancient stuff on this hill. And it's really high above sea level as well, which is interesting. But again, 1, 2, 3, 4 domes, one on each corner, middle dome. You know, it sort of spoils antiquity. And you even got the somatic pattern, but it's low on any architectural feature. It really is. You got this cable going up there, and it's it got named the basilica later on. I'll give you the building times and stuff. It's there obviously today, and it's the second most toured place in Paris, next to the Eiffel Tower, is this spooky church. Now, you can see that they literally, now what I can't get my head around is the devastation of 1871, supposed Franco-Prussian War. And then the photographs are like, not going to show you again because I've shown you too many times. Don't want to repeat anything, but like the city's devastated, okay? And then you don't see it being rebuilt. You know, everything's just there again. And this is built to commemorate a victory at the Battle of Sedan by Napoleon III, basically. But look at these buildings on the side. You know, the mud is all, like literally, when I show you in these photographs, I mean, the colossal effort just for this one building alone. You got to ask yourself, well, this shit must be going on for every single one of these buildings that we're witnessing in antiquity. Unfortunately, the evidence isn't even there for that. And no photographs do we see anything being built, guys. Do we? Do we see anything being built? We've seen the old ladder lean and have a dozen blokes around. Am I wrong? You can't seem to find what there's, and you know, this, you know, San Francisco, like I'm, you know, making an example of the whole city being rebuilt in 9 years. You know, it should have all been to this level, is what I'm going to show you shortly. So yeah, these buildings are interesting. You can see that they're lower levels, and you can see them in this John Wick's movie. They are for sure mud flooders. So it's definitely like a mud flooded area. But this hill, where they put this basilica on top of, is it seems to be sacred to them. Yeah, it's a sacred heart. It's high above the whole of the suburbs of Paris, and it's the highest point around. Can't remember how many meters. I should tell you shortly. it's not an aesthetically magnificent cathedral, is it? It's like not much going on, if you ask me. It's like, yeah, all right, it's pretty, but that's it. It's not like, wow, that's fantastic. Like Gaudi's cathedral in Barcelona, for example. That shit's got a lot going on. This has not really got a lot going on. Okay, so that's in the area of, I wonder if that's Montmartre. I think it might be, you know. But you can see it's this evil sort of influence. You can see devil there having a bonfire of body parts. Would be the nature of heli barbecue, maybe, I don't know. And then these interiors. This is something else you got to get your head around. Now, I recently visited with friends the Cardiff museum, which I was banned from, but they don't recognise me a couple of years on. But the National Museum of Wales, and they had these in there, columns of marble, one piece. And you've got to ask yourself, well, how did they get one piece of marble not only up there in the first place, how did they get it upright? And how did they carry it like on a horse car? How are they doing this? And the interior of these places, you know, the artworks, you know, look, fantastical Phoenician themes, frescoes, etc. The light, natural light coming in off the ceiling. That would be a really nice feature. Like opera houses all across the world, they've all got this same interior, the same decoration thing going on. Okay, and that's just the that suburb of Paris. You see, they got a lot of antiquity going on, especially on the which looks like La Gare railway station, maybe. And then during the Franco-Prussian War, you can see here the communards, they manning cannon, which is only a bog standard field cannon, and it's pointing at the city actually, which, you know, could be wondering why. And there's a building there for sure already, isn't there? Because you can see it here. So this building, whatever it was, a bit of grass growing out here on top of this hill, a position for, like I said, the Franco-Prussian War and the communards, is no longer there, but it's in this photo. So that was a prominent position for them up here. So they would have been up here somewhere, and all that's gone. So you see that new build, which is an unusual sort of build, and it's again built at around the same time as the Great Expositions of Paris. This thing here, okay. And we got some evidence of some of the buildings of the stuff of the Great Exposition. These interiors, though, you got to imagine they brought everything, molded it together, and it's all numbered, put together, slotted together, defined principles, harmonics, mind-blowing science, just beyond belief science that just flips my head to even go there. It's just that fantastic. So there it is. Maybe a little bit Moorish on the feel of it. Looks like maybe a little Spanish church going on in the middle. But not that much. Not that much going on with it. Architecturally, there it is. So similar to a mosque at the bottom. Looks a bit like something you'd see in Istanbul. And then maybe an Italian tower. But purely for folly, because this thing came along later. And there it is up on the hill. So it's quite high up. And as I said, it's a tourist attraction. I think it's to do with evil stuff go down. I really do. There's London, Paris, all of these old capitals. There's evil, weird stuff going down. So there it is, Sacré-Cœur or Sacré-Cœur, Paris. And it is there, that one I just showed you. So it's a minor basilica, so it's not even a big deal. And I got to be honest, you see a lot, even bog standard churches in England in a village that knock spots off that. Yeah, like Suffolk Minster. It's like fucking biggest cathedral ever in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, so it was only commissioned. Okay, so it's a national monument since 2022. Only that recently. It's the most popular destination in the capital after the Eiffel Tower, and it was to commemorate Pope Napoleon III. Wank. even if he existed. And anyway, let's get to the point. The basilica was designed by this guy here, they said, whose Neo-Byzantine Romanesque plan was selected from among 70 proposals. They always say that. Anyway, construction begins 1875, so a couple of years after the Franco-Prussian War, and it continued for 40 years under 5 architects. So there's a problem I got. Because I got a photograph collection of it being built, but there's nothing in the photographic collection saying this spans 40 years. And it's not even that big of a deal to be spanning 40 years and 5 different architects. As you will see, it's not that fucking fab. Okay? Really weird. So, yes. Then it was completed by World War One. Good job the Germans didn't bother bombing Paris at all in World War One, or hurting it. None of that really happened. The basilica was formally consecrated in 19. So it wasn't even consecrated till following the First World War, with all of them Frenchmen dying at Verdun. That's how important it was. And another Brunel look, another psyop architecture. Look at him with his mouth open. Duh. Because found him in the street. You want to photograph? You're going to be a famous architect for the historical narrative. So here we go. So I can share these with you a bit later. These are a Gallica. And they're really juicy. So they give you the blueprints, but they always do. I've seen blueprints for many buildings, but never the photographs. So the first thing they had to do is they had to build a railway line. And that thing is hundreds of meters up in the air, this hill. Okay, so they're doing that for, say, the Capitol building in Washington. And they're building a railway to drag all of these items to build this cathedral, because they're building a railway here to get it all up there. So in this case, not really using a horse and cart, so they are a bit later, as I will show you. But they got invention. They had to invent big, massive, what look like pumps, to bring all of this cablery and all of this stuff, materials, etc., to the top of this big hill. So this is like early on as well, but I really don't know, spanning 40 years to build it makes no sense. So check this out. This is interesting. So I'm guessing the commanding view is from the top of that hill, but there's one opposite it, and what looks like these crazy old mud flooders, yeah. And all of this actually just looks like mud flow, doesn't it? And there's a fence there, a retainer to keep like the mud out. So no, it's up there. They built it all up here because here's the railway. They had to take all the materials up. So they had to build a load of stuff. All the trees are relatively new too. That's interesting. Everything, the Great Exposition. So just follow the pattern. So the whole city is shown to be ruined in the 1871 Franco-Prussian War. Okay, which unifies Germany under one flag, and then it becomes Germany after that point. And then you've got everything built all over again in Paris in a short space of time with no evidence for it. And then even the underground, a decade later, or even at that time. And the Great Exposition's being built. The underground, the Great Expositions, the whole of Paris upstairs. And all of this monumental effort to get masonry up to the hill. So if we were to envision the whole of antiquity being built under these circumstances, we'd have to envision them first bringing it by train, then building all of these for every single one of those buildings that I've been talking about, even the ones with the portals and the antiquitech. They would have to do this with all of them because they're all built of big, massive stone masonry. In a lot of cases, millions of bricks in a lot of cases. So they literally did this colossal undertaking to build this, not that important. So it says there, April 1877. So we can pinpoint it to 1877. They got a narrow gauge railway to take materials there. So they're setting up narrow gauge. Now, all of this is below ground level because, as you can see, there's an older church here. Really weathered, old church. And that's on ground level. But all of this is, I don't even know, 50 foot, 100 foot even below ground level. And they had to build all of that. Okay, so to get the stone and the materials out, digging it out first. So let's get the mud out first. So what is that? Oh, right, that's the wind cable. That's pretty good. Okay. So as you can see, it's a colossal effort. You get this for the undergrounds in London and Paris as well. Whole place just seems to be turning into a building site. But we should have more evidence for all of this if it did exist in this era, that they were building stuff to this level. Then there should be more evidence. But I don't deny that this cathedral, this basilica, was indeed built at this period, and this is the photographs for it, because I've had these in my possession for quite some time, these photographs, so I don't think it's like AI fuckery like most of it is on YouTube these days, or out there on searches. There's a lot of content providers are definitely finding out. So we got a lot of people blessing it there, some churchy people singing some stuff, and some choir boys singing some stuff. Ho hey, ho hey, ho hey, ho, or whatever. It doesn't even matter. Oh, there's a shit ton of people come to look at their new church. Let's have a look. So look at all this stone put down, first of all. Oh, you had to break all that up first. Maybe he did it all. But it is just mud and mess, isn't it? Look at it. Railway wheel up there. Imagine how heavy that was to get up there. So they're all covered their heads because it's hot with umbrellas. Let's hope that doesn't fall. Mostly women in this case. Maybe young women, maybe a school. And can't see them. They look chic. I mean shake. Maybe they're shakes. And this, I don't know. It looks like a giant god turned up, maybe. Like giant Buddha. Can you see that? Moustache, nose, hat, shirt. What is that? Fucking hell, we should have mag up. It looks like a giant head there, doesn't it? It's a bit like Adolf Hitler with a tie. That's weird. Might be just me. Okay, let's move on. So, yeah. Let us investigate this. So a lot more of this big masonry just smashed up and put down from the footings, I guess. But where is this mysterious 40-year basilica? Is it going to show? Okay, they're just getting the ground ready. A load of people looking at the ground ready. Okay, time ticks on. This is the time machine. This could be 10 years later. Still nothing going down. No, nothing much going down. Got some cofferdams to keep the road out, because it's all going to be low. Okay, so is the nature of a basilica. Looks like there might be stuff going on down there, because there's a cable going down there underground, and a shit ton of pipes as well. Okay, the investigation continues. So yeah, they built all that. Okay, let's have a look. They put a railway on top of that gantry, did they? They did. Jesus. So what I found fascinating was this. Look at this. So that's July 1878. Is that actually painted on the stone, or is somebody just like dating the pictures and using the stone as a backdrop? Yeah, I think that's the case, isn't it? It's not there on that day. So, you know, this might not have been then. What does it say on there? 18. Well, I'm afraid I'm seeing another date. That's not 1878 on top of there, is it? It's looking like it's saying 1812 and a 10 underneath. Now, I worked in stonemasonry where we were taking apart old buildings and numbering them to rebuild them somewhere else. So this is what they do. All of these jigsaw pieces are put together. Well, massive undertaking. So they had to build all of that, and that crane and that gantry and everything else. Oh my days, they built all of that and that. So they got all of that materials to the top of that hill using that colossal invention. Now, point I'm trying to make, okay, is if all of this masonry is happening all over Christendom, anywhere, name any American city, any Australian city, any British city, with all this masonry, then all of this caper here, we should see in some sort of photographic record actually going down in the periods which we never ever do. In fact, we never ever see anything being built, weirdly, Houses of Parliament? No. What about them burning down? No. That's weird, isn't it? Look at the size of that. Just to get the stone up there. Just to get the stone up there. He's sharpening knives here. Ding! He's got a bell. So what's with the soldiers anyway? And that says May 1879, I guess. It's a little bass clef for... So they're all dated. They look like they're ready for a bit of action or their security or something. That's weird. Oh, right. I know why. We got some nobility stepping in. We got some royals coming to have a look at it all. Oh, they look a miserable bleeding lot, don't they, the Victorians? Jesus. Be really weird, wouldn't it? Be hard place to sort of, I'm guessing, stay alive in very long. All them crazies everywhere. Okay. You can't be any dangerous now, can it? So let's have a look. So there's a lot of mud. Look how deep this goes. So okay, we're in business. So they get all of that stone brought up on the train, up the hill. Then they build this massive gantry, which you cannot deny is not massive. In the very nature of the word, massive, they are massive. And then they start to lay the foundations for the basilica in these massive stones, as you can see. And they're using vaulting as well, obviously, for strength. So that's what they're doing there, which, okay, you got that kit, you got all that stuff, you can do that. But we'd have to see this for everything. And we're not seeing it for everything. Look at the effort. So I would say that's quite clever as well. Get it all up there and piece it together from above. It's always a good way to build. But look at all of that. And all the stone there. Ready to put in place. Now, let's have a look at its architecture. So, as you can see, it's just going to be like this. It's bog standard, it's bland. So that's the bottom. I'm guessing all of this won't even be visible. It'll be covered in mud, probably up to a year or something. But no architectural feature. It's like cast stuff. This stone is shit, really. And the church, it's in this white stuff, but it's not that nice. And we got May 1879. So, okay. Drink. We're moving on. So 474 of you just showed up. That's fantastic. Happy Flatterday to you. Thanks for joining the show, and it's good to be back. The history investigation continues. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the suburbs. So obviously these are not going to be able to carry in much, are they? Little horses and carriages. And what I just showed you, I'm guessing we should presume for every single one of these buildings, because they're all made of this really big stone, aren't they? So got there somehow, didn't they? So, and these, the Antiquitech, and the domage, and the gantry as well, in case your balloon wanted to land and drop you off on the way home from work, which probably would have been the case. Switch that around. Okay, so the building's going up. Let's see how high the record gives us. So arch vaulting. So this stuff's quite meaty. Okay, but as you can see, it is nothing. Zero like any Gothic cathedral. Okay, this is bland. It almost looks 1920s in its style. Okay, it's bland. There's nothing going on. Completely different distinction. The columns, the column tops, just no decoration, just no soul in these buildings, just soulless stone buildings. Let's have a look. Which, and nothing like what I just showed you in that previous book, like their old counterparts. So, oh yeah, it's a somatic pattern and it's somatic, it's geometry, but there's no technology going to go in there, is there? It's just a harp back to a time when that was technology in the other churches, which they cannot really replicate. You see what I mean? It's completely different and it's that old style. It's just, like I said, it looks Art Deco almost. It really does. So, let's have a look at this. Oh my days, look. So they got the stone down, and where's that going? That's mass match in 1881. So time's going on. A few years have gone on. They've got the bottom down, and that was over a couple of years. What we just showed. I just showed you. Now all of these rustic walls are up. And wow, so this has been going a few years now. This whole operation, just for that one stinking church. Oh my days. So what about all the umpteen other churches in Christendom? What happened with them? Did they have all this going on? I can appreciate not all of them are on hills, but a lot of them are. Check the monasteries. They're on tops of mountains, aren't they? There's always overseers. They don't seem to do much, do they? A little bit of machine in there. I think that's for doing some turning and winding a cable. Help with the wheelbarrows, maybe. So there's a lot of action going on. But not much in the way of decoration on the vaulting, and these are laying more or less like normal stonemasonry. Like I've done 100 of them walls in my time. Okay. We're getting a bit later on in its design. Let's have a little look. Okay. That's interesting. That wall looks proper old already. It's limed out, hasn't it? Have a look at that a minute. That's weird, because all the mud's against it here and here, isn't it? That's weird. What's happened there then? Did they put the mud in after, or did they just like scrape it all and then the mud fell back in? How did that even happen? Well, this was year first and the mud came in after, isn't it? I don't know how they did that without a coffer dam. Anyway, miracle building processes. But anyway, the thing's being elevated and it's getting ever higher, as you can see. So these big, I'm going to hold the arches inside, no doubt. All that effort, you made one mathematical mistake on any of this, and the whole thing's just not going to work. It just makes you think, just wow. Oh, that's nice with a bit of light, but yeah, this one, it's not Tartaria. This one, it's got a completely different style. It's not that Greco-Romano. It's not the Phoenician. It's just Baroque, bog standard, nothing going on. But it was meant to be just it's massive, effort for a city that's just been destroyed and rebuilt. I can't get over the few years prior to this, they were all meant to be eating cats and dogs and starving to death in Paris because of the Franco-Prussian War. And then suddenly they got enough manpower and materials to be building this massive thing. Some undertaking. It's just crazy.
And then they got all that. Who's them? Are they nuns? Let's have a look. Yeah, so the people, I'm guessing that the people, these are religious sorts, aren't they? Clergy and nuns, or a nun. So I'm guessing they're out of this church here, waiting for their new juicy church to be finished to move into, so they can be king of the castle. And they're spanky new churchage, which hasn't got divine principles and hasn't got technasmia or even antiquitech. So look at this. This is for lifting. This is the crane. 16th of August, 1881. So many, a few years have moved on now. 4 years later. Didn't show it through the winter. So, okay. Somebody's giving a really accurate chronology of the building, of this one building. Shame we've got it for the rest. There you are, no ground level. So it's taken 4 years. And it was 40 in all, they said. They're going to give us 40 years of time lapse. August again, 23rd. Wow, look at this. It's massive. So that's all they've got. That's all they've got going on. That's with these buildings. You have Ladderline. And that's that churchyard. Okay. Just don't want to miss anything. Okay. Every picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay, so I know what's happening. Yeah, that's for an elevation platform in a circle. They're all flat. So we got an overseer. Okay, that is a railway up there. Got a couple of blokes there. And he's walking on there, carrying a bit of wood. Don't fall, or you will die. Or maybe not. Probably just rub his head and go, ooh, that stung. Let's have a look now. Okay, there's some religious types again. There's a narrow gauge. So they had it really set up to build this thing, didn't they? So we should see that for the whole of San Francisco being built. We don't, though, do we? Or all of Chicago being built. We don't, though, do we? You know, it should be in the photographic record, all this shit going down and monumental undertakings, but we don't see that, do we? But we don't see any of it being built ever. It's just like, it's there. It just happens every time. Because, you know, in San Francisco's case, you know, it got destroyed, like, then built again, and then destroyed again, and then built again. You know, so it's the nature of this weirdness. So we got to November 81. And she's getting quite big. Like I said, there's not much going on with that. It looks a bit like Disneyland. 40 years, my ass. So that's all we got with that collection. I'll link them up. You can take a closer look at them, closer scrutiny in your own time. We need to move on. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So, yeah, to conclude, I don't think they can pull that off without us noticing. We need some evidence that that's going on in the whole of Christendom, and there isn't, is there? It's like none of it. So I think that was very telling. I'm glad it presented. Soul Suckers, Magavelli. Okay, Kirshner's a genius. I love Kirshner's stuff, but this is interesting concerning I was weirded out about mirrors in the first place and language, and that they could be like literally have their a mirror language, and it might be what they're using with one another in secret. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of examples of some of this crazy stuff that goes on with Kirshner. Now he writes, okay, in Hebrew, and then he uses a complex mirror reflection thing. So it is a projection on a wall in here. And it would be reversed image, and by the time it gets to there, you can see what the real, and you know, the real message is. And you would need one of these machines, if you like. So Kirshner's engraving of the art of mirror writing or projecting, which Kirshner considered to be very similar to the magic lantern. Okay, and they used this in late 1600s, 1671 in this case. A mirror projecting, employed by the arm of God, as shown in this picture. So, even that narrative, the writings on the wall, I really do think that they're using this sort of projector technology. They use them in these circle ones, and then they're projected a perfect picture eventually. And lo and behold, it's the eagle with the wings open. Magnetic charge. If you have read my first book, you will know exactly what that is. Anyway, so yeah, the conical or cylindrical mirror will give you this image, a full image, and they could do like secret messages with one another. And I'm wondering if they're doing it now, like this. They have like a picture that makes no sense, okay, and then you put this, this steel thing in the middle, and you get a perfect image, three-dimensional proper image of Charles I. So spying stuff, really, because you wouldn't really know what that picture was unless you had that, just place that cylinder in the middle bit where the death's head is. So yeah, he's got like really obscure, weird artworks. This is an artwork on the side of a cathedral, but you've got to be on a one angle, and then you can see the saint that the church was dedicated to. You can't see it if you walk past. You just got to stop and you'll see it for 1 second. There's all sorts going on in that picture. So yeah, he gave us a lot of clues, did Kirsch. He gave us clues about starforts. He gave us clues about, Suez Canal being there, in this period. And not built in the 1800s. A lot of the stuff they tell us is built in the 1800s. Maybe they're not. How do we even know them photographs? I was showing you that they painted them dates on later, and then all of that happened when the whole of Paris was reset under the ruse of the 1871 Franco-Prussian War. And it's not just the same as San Francisco. It's not. Everyone's wiped out and new population comes in. So interesting, he's got the checkerboard floor in the foreground, but what you see is like meanders in rivers, and I'm guessing you can see maybe a boat there. So landscape and Goddage, or in this case Rembrandt's painting of Belshazzar's Feast, from 1635, and it's the effect of mirror writing, okay, luminous letters on the wall by means of a mirror. So the writing is indeed on the wall because it's like projected, and that is the technology of the old world. Holography, projections, and dare say cinema. There's a reason silent movies are silent movies. I'm going to show you a silent crazy movie in a minute, guys. It's a mind blower. It's about the Roman world, and it's got everything from torture, slavery, and like really gnarly stuff going down. There's some nudity in it as well. But from 1932, and then from there, like 4 years later, James Cagney shooting guns in like really good HD gangster movies. I can't get over how some films of the same decade are completely shit silent movies, and then even the Cecil B. DeMille ones, which is the one I'll be showing you shortly. I just can't get my head around it. Anyway, that's just me. Interesting there with the phoenix with the wings open, but all of this, this hermetic coding. I've got a book that I'm going to share with you a little bit later of hermetic emblematta, but the book, it says itself that there's a warning with them, and they show you a clue that I'm going to give you in a minute about how a reset happens. So yeah, just like the projectors you have in the Victorian era, they got them way back there. Amsterdam, 1671. It's moving pictures, but they got they got a secret thing going on as well, which I find interesting. That they got a secret language. I feel they might have that today, definitely. So the Magic Lantern show must have freaked them out. 1725, and they got like these moving, well, basically cinema going on. But look, the Bacchusite theme, Bacchus blowing the horn, always the same, ever-present owl. It's like there's no other themes in the whole of antiquity. It's really weird. So I'll share that link. Go through it. There's loads more pictures, but you know, I got so much curse, so I could go through that forever. I really could. Anyway, so this is the film I'm talking about. It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted, but I'm going to have a little tinkle at it. It's crazy. It's got like, it's not a bad film. I watched it. I found it a little bit agonizing, but it's by Cecil B. DeMille. So as you can imagine, it's got a squillion extras in the film. So is the nature of Cecil B. DeMille. But it's all the Romans, the Roman general going out, fancying the guys with the beard's daughter. I'm coming back for you later, grabbing her off. She don't want to know, so he sticks her on the rack and tortures her ass until she wants to know. You know, the usual procedure. Yeah, and there's some sinister parts as well with, like, you know, because like Romans in it, they're fucking orgying, aren't they? So not saying that's going down in the movie, but I'll give you fair warning for your YouTube. So yeah, the supremacy of Rome. We've been Britain for 400 years and ruled. There was no will before Rome. No. Okay, thank heavens for Rome. Okay, what have the Romans ever done for us? Well, they gave us the sewers. Oh, bollocks. The sewers are full of shit. Bit like you. Bit like all of us, actually. What a terrible way to start your life, innit? Every morning. Something going on with that as well. Fucking robot. Fucking meatbag bodies. As you can see, it's not actually going to, but it doesn't matter because I can give you the idea here. So yeah, I don't want to know. Torture a sticker on the rack. We'll do, you know, nasty things for later. Okay, so this is all like in the 1930s. It's pure gnarly. It's quite a cinema graphic, as you can see from the captions at the bottom, and you get a bit of nudity going on as well, which is always, you know, what you expect for the Roman world, but not really for a 1930s film. They're so blasé about it all, you know. So there you go. I'm going to link that up. You can probably watch it later. It's probably better if I don't play it anyway for copyright purposes, but it's on YouTube and it's weird. Now, spookiness in the Tavistock Institute. So Paul McCartney's nice fluffy song, or Paul McCartney, or whatever you want to call him. I'm not going to slag him off. I don't slag anybody off, even them anymore. I can't be bothered. It's the energy I don't even want to give it. So he made a really nice song, didn't he? With a little luck, we can work it out. Okay, so let's think of it like with all of the other bands that are Tavistock Institutes. They're actually talking about the bigger picture, which is what you're getting in this case. So spooky. So luck could be attributed to obviously Lucifer or Loki, the trickster god, Lucifer. Oh, anyway, so I'm not going to sing it because it's a bit like I've stopped listening to Paul McCartney a long, long time ago. So with a little luck, we can help it out. We can make this whole damn thing work out. With a little love, we can lay it down. We can feel the town exploding. No, can't you feel the town exploding? Okay, are they talking about that metaphorically on a literal sense? It's a bit like Queen Killer, isn't it? Dynamite with a laser beam, guaranteed to blow your mind anytime. Anyway, there is no end to what we can do together. There is no end. The willow turns its back on inclement weather, and if he can do it, we can do it. So, are they saying that the weather's going to get a bit fucking gnarly? Oh, yes. Just me and you. With a little luck, we can clear it up. We can bring it in for landing. With a little luck, we can turn it up. There can be no misunderstanding. Okay, wow, what are you on about then? Okay, there is no end to what we can do together because there is no end. The willow turns his back on inclement weather. If he can do it, you can do it too. No, just me and you. With a little push, we could set it off. We could send it rocketing skywards. With a little love, we could shake it off. Don't you feel that comet exploding? Okay. And with a little luck, with a little luck, with a little luck. Okay. And with a little luck, we can lay it down. Can't you feel the town exploding? And with a little push, we can set it off. We can send it rocketing skywards. Okay. With a little love, we can shake it up. Don't you feel that comet exploding forwards? Now, I've listened to that song a million fucking times, like everybody else, but I didn't pick up all that really creepy shit going on at the end, did you? Holy fuck. They're so sinister. They really, really are sinister. So, yeah, reset. So, exactly the same time as I was just talking about, 1871, a little bit later, but this one's 1869. Seems a lot of the world is smashed. Now, I can't be sure what's going on in this photographic collection by Nora Dryhurst. Nice name. From who visited Georgia. And I don't think she's on about Georgia in America. I think she's on about Georgia in Russia. And it is in 1905. Okay. And what you're finding is everything's blown up. I'm wondering what's happened in Russia to have everything like this messed up. Look at all the mudflood basements. All the kids out on the street. A bit like you see with San Francisco, weirdly. All burned, smashed world. Again. And this is, 1905. Maybe Napoleon. And there's some of the Russians. They got some photographic journal. People in here and places. Like Mr. Mudflood house. Front door all the way up in the air. What's that one? And in this case, no infrastructure whatsoever. Open sewerage. Just dig the gutter on the side of the road. What happens when it rains and snows? Doesn't it do that a lot in Russia? Look at Count Dracula there with his cape. I bet you he's a time traveler. He looks like a time traveler. Time travelers definitely have capes, don't they? Well, I would. I'd have a cape and I'd have a cane, one of those knobbly bits on the end. Brilliant. Hidden sword. And somewhere to put your stash at the end of the Victorian drugs that you will find on your journey of time traveling. Not that that's the only thing I'd be doing with my time traveling, obviously, because, there's so many other things you'd want to do when you're time traveling. And I'm not talking about... Yeah, I am talking about that. Don't worry. There's no point lying. Oh, look, what happened to the tree stump? So, they look quite modern, don't they? I wonder what their story is. I don't even care. Making out I give a fuck. They probably explored, come back, told all the lies, and then got loads of money for it. So, what's that? Parchment of Jerusalem. Sketches of a Georgian church. Blah. And some Corsican stuff. Blah. Not to say that's not historical value. It is. It's in the world, isn't it? Right, look at that. What the shit's happened there? Okay, let me just see if I can make a head or tail of what that is saying. This is 1906. Get that. Burnt. Valleys were burnt. Okay, so it's get to the end is where you get the juice, isn't it? Same with letters, really. She looks fucked right off. That's all that's left is that in the middle. The rest is like scorched earth policy. Wow, that's a creepy photo. Okay. So, across the river, we bought a buffalo. Messing around on a horse because basically they haven't invented the Lamborghini just yet. Give it time. Okay, look at they're all crazy on religion back then, aren't they? Fuck that shit. Must have been terrible back in the day. Probably get. I wouldn't have been popular. I don't think, especially in a religious fundamentalist world. There can't have been everybody just fucking not thinking for themselves. Surely, I I'm the captain of my ship. I'm the master of my soul and my destiny. In fact, Destiny's a chick, yeah? And she's got attitude. So for that, right? No. I choose my own destiny. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I'll share that with you in the descriptions box below. I want to move on though because I've got so much stuff to share with you. So interesting photographic collections. Now, like the point I just made with like Georgia seems to be blown up, civilizations coming in. Just try and, I'm not going to show all of this, but just try and see this like I seen it the other night. So how weird it is that an entire city the size of San Francisco, 1906, could give it a minute, should be destroyed in such a nature, and all of these people just sort of moseying on up. Nothing much going on with them. I'm going to baggage on nothing, but I think that's the same as what happens in Paris, you know, guys. And then all of this gets rebuilt, but you don't see like any evidence of all of the whole of crazy ass San Francisco. It's buffing now. Yeah. But thousands and thousands of people. Where do you think they're going to go? Because the city's like in rubble, isn't it? Some is still burning, and they're having aftershocks. So I wonder where everyone's going to go. And they're all dressed in black, and they're turning up by 1,000. No one gives a shit if the city's fucking blown up. Nobody gives one iota about it. So where are they going? Well, just like them people of Paris, I think it's a complete reset. I think it's just stage set over, like theatres of war, just theatre, and then just fill it all up again. So do we let him do that? Sit, wait for it. Well, the gig's up for them anyway, isn't it? Because most people by now, even the doziest of bastards, knows that there's been monumental fuckery for the last 2 years, and it continues. And the way that they're going with it all, you know, this whole weird cult thing that they got going on, that if anyone attacks said weird cult, they go all weird. They go all nutty, even angry, and want to have a fight with you because you're not in their fucking cult. Yeah, it's you fucking stupid. Don't you see the television? Yeah, well, this is my whole point, isn't it? So this is what we're dealing with, and it's like how many of them out there are like that? I know I've done activism. I speak my mind on the streets in front of like endless normies, and I'm a non-give-a-fucker, but I'm just telling you now the reaction. I've had everything from why don't you fuck off and die, okay? But that came from someone with a gay pride t-shirt. I mean a NASA t-shirt on, or was it NHS? It's all the same anyway. One of them, and yeah, they can be really unpleasant, can't they? You know, almost as unpleasant as the Christians. But anyway, so the core building that got torched, but from the top down. Okay, so I think they're definitely using electromagnetic technologies to cause heat. You know, like do weapons, fast-shaped weapons. Now, what's interesting here, right, is this: there's no one about by here. It gets really haunting. If you just watch it, you get a weird feeling, and then there's a blockade of people at the end. Now, I appreciate that they're dynamiting buildings and causing what they call weather breaks or burn breaks, but there's something else going on by here. So if somebody is in a car, not a tram, because it's bumpy, and a tram would be smooth. Okay, and this is Market Street, and you're just coming past the hotel, the famous hotel, and up to the call center. So 9 years, all of this was completely rebuilt, and you know, the whole city and the great expositions, Pan-Pacific expeditions, is too much for my Brian. Okay, and look at the size of this for what is supposed to be good old Queen Victoria, and is still up and running. Well, she just dies at this period, weirdly as well. And how many American presidents have actually been assassinated? Do you know how many monarchies have been assassinated in Britain? I can't think of any. Not in the last fucking millennia. So why is it that there's so many presidents that actually get shot or murdered in America? It's like literally all of them. Not that I'm buying that Ronald Reagan got shot, though, because that was a load of bollocks, wasn't it? Like the Pope getting shot, that was bollocks too, wasn't it, John Boy? So here they are, blockade of people halfway down Margate Street. Some of them got uniforms, okay. Some of them are military. They're moving off the road, just. Okay. So spooky. And then further on up, you just get a ton of people, thousands. We think they're arriving from the terminal building, but, you know, who knows at this stage? You know, this is just too spooky. It's just where they all going. Or with their fucking baskets and their little shopping, you know, things, and or with their lovely clothes on and not bothered, just like Paris, just like Chicago, just like all of these cities. Isn't that spooky? This is the entire world got the same MO, guys. The same buildings destroyed, the same weirdness going on. What the fuck, guys? They reset us to that level. And this was a robbery as well. They robbed this city of everything, like they do. So is the nature of war, isn't it? Yeah, spoils of war. You go in, take it all. Introduce your population. What happens to their population? They couldn't give a fuck. They're not taking any prisoners. Kill them all. So is the nature of war. A war that is not in the history books. A huge war. A world war. An evil force that won. And they're still in power today. And a good force of good people, which we call Tartarians, which fell for it. Too trusting. They were pure at heart. These lot, fuck knows. Don't know. They don't even have souls. They look at them, they just. The whole paradigm based around finance, money, greed, want, build, progress. But it's not progress, is it? Does that look like fucking progress to you? Doesn't look like progress to me, guys. And now everything's built temporary. Should be a warning to everyone, I think. Nothing in this place is to last 15 years anymore, apparently, guys. Oh, yeah, that corrugated iron Walmart that you go to. 15 years insurance policy. I bet you any money. They are to keep renewing them. That's all they're worth on the insurance. For these temporary buildings made of breeze block and corrugated iron. Check it for yourself. They don't last. Houses, 20 years now, tops. I'm not even joking. 20 years tops. Yeah. The old buildings in my city, 150 years apparently, but we know they've been there longer, stood there, no problems whatsoever. A couple of repointing every decade or so. There's a bit of a gantry going on over there. They're setting up and getting a bit of stonework done on the left-hand side. So, where are they all coming from? They got their umbrellas. Guessing it's quite warm. April in Chicago. Although Mark Twain did state that the coldest winter that he ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. And I've heard people, Americans tell me that it is shitty fucking weather there a lot of the time, which you wouldn't expect on the Pacific Coast in California. You'd expect it to be boiling and bleeding hot, wouldn't you, like LA? But apparently that is not the case. So look at them two. I've got a K in the fucking world, love. The city's hello, city's been destroyed. Everybody's dead. Hello, where are you going to go poo? Everybody, what are you going to eat? Look, the city has gone. Everybody is dead. What are you all going to do? Where are you fucking going? Where are you going to sleep in your tents in your Sunday finest on your wicker fucking bow tie? It's making me mental. Look at that bit by there. Yeah, the tower itself, nothing wrong with it. And everything's Armageddon outside. That has to be directionalization. That has to be selective. Can't be otherwise. One crack in the whole of that tower. One crack. And the first thing they scaffold in the whole of San Francisco after this weird event. And how come the photographs, this picture is so shit compared to 3 days prior on Market Street, which is Mint HD? Pray tell. So weird. So spooky. This is like, to me, I think this is an old world photography, or even another realm that we're looking at here. Not even this realm. Nothing to do with us, which is why you get that spooky offset feeling when you watch it, because I do. I get the spooky offset feeling when I look at photographs of Victorians. I do, guys. I don't know what it is. I'm like, what's going on? What is that feeling? Why am I feeling disjointed about it all? And them. And why am I so weirded out about it? And why don't I know more about it? It was not long ago I should be able to pick up more clues than this, is what I keep saying to myself, guys. But then I see the fuckery going down by the controllers in the way of AI, in the way of Photoshop. Even in the Victorian era, they were doing this game, guys. It tell you everything in hermetic coding now. I can share this. I've got many of these here from, in this case, 1617. So a nice early emblemata. Let me just translate that for you. Of hermetic coding. So basically, walks of beings are depicted in a covert manner by special figures of the present world, according to that book. Okay, explains associated rhymes, honor, loving, pious, and encouragement, and godlessness and virtue. Encouragement of godlessness and virtue, and the wicked and nefarious true teaching and warning. So let me say that again. But the wicked and nefarious to true teaching and warning that comes with Theodore de Bray's emblemata. What is with that then? So these are a warning to telling us everything. And what you do see is wings open, heart on fire, and that same thing with that church that I talked about, the Sacred Heart. Yeah. And this place is a place of Satanism. I can tell you now, in John Wick's, yeah, they're all witches, and he's done a fucking pact with the devil twice to prolong his life. They do fucking literal black magic masses or rituals in the movie. He does one in this movie, and then they off to this church for the boss down, the last level. Yeah. So there has to be something more going on with that. Look at that for a ship. So it's anchored to her book. So this is all obviously coded and, allegorical, alchemical. But what you do see is a mud-flooded world, crazy buildings. And it's all in this Christian theme. But plasma. You see, the bird with the wings open and this glowiness around them. And we say it's a plasma burst. So let me just squeeze through. There are so many to go through. I will share them with you, but let's have a look at a few of these weirdness. So that's weird in itself. What to make of that? It's like a ball with all faces in it. And they're saying it's a warning. And they're saying they're so wicked and bad. So, yeah, we get the, sands of time. We get that when the sands of time have run out, yeah, we get that we croak. Okay, we get that. But this chem cloud that's hiding this pyramid, and it's the upside down pyramid as well. And all of these people all packed in this ball. So fucking weird and spooky. And that's not exactly a globe that they're standing on, because they're on the surface of Earth, but they're standing on a ball which has another world in it. Sort of sings interdimensionality to me. It really does in all of these depictions. It's like, whatever is fucking is not from here. And I think they go through, and I think mirrors are part of it too. So the jesters, okay. And in this case, you've got a jester who's also Satan or the devil. But this is not a globe as such. It's on a bag of money, and it has, I don't know, some sort of topography marked on it. But it's that resetting ball again with this cross, this half cross over the top. See, I've got depictions of the Vatican, and they've got like literally upside down crosses hanging around the place. It's like they're not even hiding that they're Satanists. They're not hiding it one bit. This is the whole thing with this whole journey that I've been on, is I found that they're not actually lying. They're telling us all in plain sight everything that we should know about this place, what they know, what they can share. Okay, they tell us. And it's all locked up in this strange ass alchemical coding, in the architecture, in the statues, in the art, and in the messages in contemporary music, like I said, art as well. And the messages are everywhere anyway, for everyone. So that's a prison, I'm guessing. Stick people in the stock. So more unpleasantness. You seem to get a lot of in antiquity. And Jesus is in a tree. Okay, I'm guessing that's the bloodline of Jesus, maybe. So that one long ago, which I doubt it was at all. Not 2,000 years ago, anyway. Then his bloodline, I think, if they weren't wiped off the face of the earth, and that's the reason they don't wipe everyone out in the first place, would possibly still be here, and that's what the gig is, that's what the deal is, that's why all of that just happened, tests and everything. And it's all about the blood, isn't it, weirdly? More going on with that, isn't there? Why the fuck do they take blood off infants when they're born? And why do they inject the baby when they're born? They did that to my son. I'm like, whoa, what's that? That's a vitamin booster. No way of fucking finding out. Really don't like that. Plays on my mind. It's like, oh, look who we got here. Fucking. It's just, it's like they know who's coming. You know what I mean? It's like the nurses, it's just as spooky as it fucking sounds. I always thought the doctors were all in on it. And I thought, no, that just sounds paranoid and weird, man. But honestly, some things that have happened to me, they were fucking giving themselves the old winky wink one another. Like I can't fucking see what's going down because they're all in on it together. And in the dentists, the hospitals, they're all in on it. There's some fucking code going on. Opticians, yeah, man. I'm telling you now, there's something going on with them all. And that is their thing. Okay. Don't know when they tell them or what process it is, but it's a big club. You ain't in it. Skull and Crossbones. That was last week. The old 322 day on the calendar, but that don't mean shit in Britain because we got the calendar the other way around. But they do sort of events in there. And the bees, interesting. Bake sent me an interesting bee coin picture for images of the day later on. Got loads of images of the day to come and some stuff to giggle to. Won't be too rude. Maybe it will be. But the bees, and again, it's like all of this image in this ball, just like a TV screen, but the bee is in there as well. So important to this narrative is the bee. Oh, behave. Be truthful. Okay, yeah, it's sort of family tree. So we did have duchies. Now we got cunt trees. Trees full of cunts. Cunt trees. Or counties, where they count you. We put them into counties where we can count them. That's a little devil there blowing air at him through the bellows. You hot master. Okay. Yeah, I just tripping and just fucking thought I'd go up this ladder to heaven. Okay. Did you go to the light? Fuck no. So that's part of the narrative, isn't it? I wouldn't be doing that if they're going to pretend you to do it. In fact, don't do any of it. Just bust through the side with an axe or something. Okay, something that you would not expect. You can't bust out of the time tunnel. Yes, I fucking can. Yes, we will. And we're going to take over heaven. In fact, you're not my prisoner.
What? See this bag I've got? Yeah, that's for all of your stuff. Take me to your house. I don't live in a house. I live in a holy temple. Take me to your holy temple and fill my bag up. Where is your women and your drugs? Bring them all here in my weird fantasy I just had. They're taking churches down there, though, guys, which is contrary to what we were just seeing at the beginning. And there's Cherubinowski always getting pissed. And there seems to be a bit of a fire going down. But these imprimaturs are warnings of impending doomage. Okay, that don't look too good to it. See this mirror? You see this all over our chemical depictions. I don't even think it is a mirror, and it is convex. It's concave. So I'm thinking, messages, and they come through on the right way when you write in reverse, that mirror language, which I showed you earlier, which I think they do, and I think they do it probably in front of us as well. They reversed everything. They reversed language, the meanings, in everything. Good morning. Don't fucking moan to me. Yeah. Good risings to you. Yeah. Hello. Well, yeah, hell is low, but like higher. Yeah, it's better. And this low, be less, my son. Well, I don't want to be less. I want to be more. Do you want to be understood? No, I don't want to be understood. I want to be overstood. You know, fucking standing on me, Clark. See where I'm going with this, guys? You know, you look healthy. You just said to somebody they look like hell. That's nice of you. So they keep making us do weird shit, like, and say weird stuff when we're all made of water, and then we're affecting one another. No wonder there's so much unpleasantness in the world. It's not that we get that here, because obviously we're groovy, fantastic people, etc. But the rest of the world, they're all just losing their shit in Pussyville. Honestly, it's just embarrassing at this point. Yeah. They're like, oh, what about us? What are we going to do now? Well, grow a pair and don't consent. It's because you're consenting and all of you are consenting is why we're all in the shit. If we all say no together as a collective, then what are they going to do? I know what you just thought, kill us all. They were going to do that anyway, but we got to put up some defiance here. We are the resistance after all, okay? And defiance and stubbornness, well, personally, that's one of my master. When I'm a kung fu master like that, okay? Oh, there you are. So we got a plum ball. And the caduceus, which is just like the two intertwining serpents converging in the middle, and the hidden hand, which is always there. There's always someone looking at you. Giant keys to the city. You get the keys to the city when you're like famous, and the mayor says to you, "Meh." No, he don't say that. He says, "Here is the key to the city. Now you do not have to pay for prostitutes in the hotel anymore." And then the famous person goes, "Groovy, groovy, groovy." So that's what goes on with them, probably. But you don't have to pay for anything. So the key is in shipping terms where you dock your ship, isn't it? Or we put your boat for the night. You know what I mean? So I think there's a big thing going on with the keys, the cross keys, the popes. So yeah, I don't think we had keys or locks before the Phoenicians, because we had front doors we could leave open, because nobody's going to come and steal your shit, because you didn't have any shit, because you didn't really need any shit, because it was shit. All you really needed is utensils to cook your food, and maybe some weaponry, stuff like you really need to get on in the world. Fishing stuff. Okay, again, more weirdness. So I can link that up to you. I'm going to come back and give you all a few shoutages and see what's happening in the community. I've been gone for a few days, but I have put videos up on other channels. I've also been in interviews. Like I said, I got 2 tomorrow. I've all explained. Loads going on this week. I'm getting quite puffed out with it all. Okay.
So, Maticus Spartacus, it says not persons watching on there, but it does say 535 on there. So, thank you for popping by on a flatter day. And it's good to be back. As I explained, I'm going to get more videos out now in the near future. I'm working on something in the background. There's loads of things actually ticking over. Okay. Loads of groovy stuff that if you keep on watching Flat Earth British, you will be into. Okay. Lots of groovy stuff coming up. Now, I've got an interview tomorrow on Hibbler's new podcast, Sean Hibbler, and another one with a guy in Israel tomorrow. So that'll be good. So there'll be hi, son of Overbrook. Good to see you, my friend. They'll be posted sometime this week. And also, I did a hangout, as I said, with I was going to say Posh and Bex. Then it's not those. Bex and Tash this week. So that'll posted on their channel this week, and I can grab it off there and post it up on one of mine. Plus Jamie Brown. Do you remember Jamie Brown, Flat Earthers? Do you remember that? Jamie Brown? I met Jamie once on a Flat Earth meeting, Leamington Spa, many moons ago. In first amazing days of Flat Earth Awakening, many moons ago. Yeah, so I met Jamie and he wants to hang out as well. So talk about Tartaria and stuff. I said, yeah. So that'll be sometime this week or something. Oh, Jamie chatted. Anthony B. Good to see you, Kathy. It's me, Kathy. Come home. Pants on. And good to see you, my friend. Scullage is in the house. Skull Asylum. Good to see you, my friend. And Gainer, good to see you. So, are you feeling fantastic yet? Yeah, you are. Oh, you don't play this game. Language is a bust for them. Polish versus Russian alphabet. But they're both still basically on phonetics. They're both Russian and Polish, both phonetics when you get down to it. And most of these languages, except Welsh, are virtually the same. So there's John Guilford. Love my R.M. Williams. I think that might be a country and western singer, is it? I don't know. Hank, like, oh no, that was Hank Williams. Don't worry, that's somebody else. Don't worry. It's our choice. Marcel is typical English guy is saying to you in a typical English style and fashion. Leslie. Looks like how. Well, we're going to get into some more juice. I got loads to show you. I've got a movie to show you a bit later on, which we can talk about as well, concerning their official narrative for immigration or the population of America exploding in the 1800s, which is also a big question, isn't it? It's like all the people turned up and how they explain it away. And when I show you this video, you will see that that shit just ain't happening. And the evidence doesn't support it. You know, the Ellis Isle photographs, they don't support the millions that are going through and populating the whole of America. It just doesn't, none of it supports it. Pants on, good to see you. Nick the Sag, good to see you. Pavlov sheep's in the house. 5-legged dog. Yeah, we get 3-legged ponies and 5-legged dogs on Flat Earth British. It's a thing that is known and it's been included in literal novels. Bob Sykes, Understood. There's another one. Good to see you, my friend. And West Ham. So with a little luck, we don't get hit by a comet. And if we do, gives a fuck anyway. Nick. Innit? Let's party, guys. Let's have a good time. Yeah? Me and you and the sky. Let's just have a party. Fuck it. Lay your heads out. Yeah? You feeling it? Should we have a dance? Should you want to dance with me? Come on, let's dance. Disco Inferno, right? Dan. Support Martin with a little Bitcoin. Thank you for that. I thank you. That's my son. My son, Lawrence Liedtke. Heir to the Leaker millions. Okay. If we ever get Leaker millions through Bitcoin or any coin. So that we're trying that. Yeah, I literally going to do that. Now I've moved into the future because basically when they get rid of cash, you know, nobody wants cash. The only reason anybody's got cash these days is to buy weed with anyway, isn't it? Yeah. So when cash goes, that's going to have to be sorted. It's a truth channel. I'm going to talk the truth. Okay. And that goes for the photographs as well. We must be intellectually honest if they are available. Okay. But there is a distinction. That is not the same buildings as what we look at. Okay. Not the same at all. Proper bad for you, these coffees. But like, they're nice. I like caramel coffee. So thank you so much, Lawrence, my son. If we get loads and loads of Bitcoin, Lawrence, right? Yeah, 3070. I know you're not the 70. Okay, then 46. 50-50. Fucking hell. Jumping round in my head then, guys. Kay, Sheila, this being psychic and highly intuitive is me for a fantastic life. No, it really has, guys. It really, really has. And that is a gift, you know, to be that intuitive in this place. Know what people are thinking is a really good one, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh, I could crush a grape. Ooh, I could rip a paper tissue in half. Ooh, that's how I feel right now. Bee Cult in the Wicker Man. Oh, well, yes. There's a Bee Cult in the Wicker Man movie. That's a weird film, isn't it? It's got the Edward Woodward. I was trying to remember his name then, and I did come up trumps. I was thinking like that series he was in, The Equalizer, which was really good. I used to really like The Equalizer, but Edward Woodward was in it, and he was really good, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Okay. We're going to have a trip down memory lane shortly. We're going to have images of the day. I'm going to show you a movie. Okay. And images of the day, they will be tasteful. Okay. They will be learned. They will be a mixture of some of my favorite awkward album covers and some mudflood evidence and some free energy evidence of all of the stuff that actually exists in this realm that they tell you doesn't, but I've got proof that they actually do exist, because they lie about every fucking thing. Do you know what? I love flat earth Britishness. It's the best. Get like a certain flavour of flat earth British, you know. It looks a certain way, feels a certain way that I just don't get anywhere else, because it's not. I know. So, but you know what I mean, do you? Yeah, you do. I really enjoy my funky genre. It's fucking awesome. It makes you feel awesome. Jamie, good to see you. Okay, don't drive at the same time as listening to me and talking on your phone or anything, because that could be dangerous, and I'd be upset if you basically smash into a juggernaut or anything. Danny, bees are man-made. What? Oh, Danny Lovey, are bees man-made? No, I thought you were telling me something then. I was fucking like, no, I used to keep bees. I've done beekeeping. They're trippy. And could they be robots, little robots with cameras on and stuff? Well, I'm not disputing that. I don't know. They could be. Anything's on the table at this stage, guys. Come on, it's crazy as shit. Kathy, good to see you. What on truth? And there's hippie shape. Support Martin. Yeah, like you would a football team. Yeah, come on, Martin. Come on, Martin. Score that goal. Yeah. And don't boo me. Go like that with your rattles. Sing football songs with me. Yeah. You're going to get your fucking head kicked in. Not that one. Not that one. Okay. And no rude songs about Swansea. Okay. Because you're not from Cardiff and you won't get away with it. Okay. Okay, Kay. Good to see you. Steve Rossi. Good to see you. This is something you got to do. See, this is how you get on in the world. Okay, this is not in the art of war, but it should be. Is when you're in a city, okay, slack off the neighbouring town. Yeah, they're rivals. It's like you're in Liverpool. They're right cunts in Manchester, didn't they? But that's all right, because when you're in Manchester, you got their right cunts, them Scousers, didn't they? It works wherever. You just, from town to town, just slagging off their neighbours. They will all love you, okay? And it won't go wrong, because you're not going to go back to the scene of the crime. Yeah, I know. Tough love. Lens Ground, good to see you. I reckon 30-mile-an-hour Shire laid the bricks in your town. But you live in the 7 counties of England land. Everything looks beautiful. Brick Truth, good to see you. So Tartaria is getting really, really big on TikTok. It's like every 4th fucking video now is some TikTok thing. So it's being rolled out now. And it's like it's been ignored for the longest time. And we have been banging on about it for 5 fucking years. Okay, it's been like Slade singing, "It's Christmas." Actually, I don't know what all that means. So there's Gabrielle. These was words. I would have had to read and stuff. Yeah, my eyes are like to shit. Look at the state of me. Fuck me. So Gabrielle, hi lovely. There is hope. The French are tearing down France as we speak. One can only hope. It's not televised, but the Twitter and Paris. Oh, I've seen the Paris protests. They're a feisty lot, aren't they? I can speak French. Eric Cantona. That's all you need to know, guys. That's all you need to know. They eat snails. Just saying. Not like slugs, because that'd be weird. See. Oh, have you ever seen a sea cucumber? They're rude, aren't they? Just saying. Pansom. Sophia. That's totally unrelated to anything that I was actually talking about. Let's get back into juice anyway. See where I am. Okay. Right, let's have a look at some mudfloody stuff. And I think I'll go through some of my pictures of the day first. I think we'll do that. Okay, because they're going to take a while. So let's just take that off. Thank you, Sophia. Lovely name. Okay. Cowgirl in Arizona. I like that name. That sounds like the name of a track by Neil Young. Cowgirl in Arizona. No. There's a Ray there. Let's go start a nuclear war. I'm in, Ray. Yes, let's riot. Pogo and start a nuclear war. I'm in. Me, I'll play. Fuck yeah. Sham 69. Ursham boys. It's going to be a Boston breakout. Yeah. When the kids are united, they can never be divided. I got Jimmy Percy's autograph, a typical English guy, in my autograph box over by there, because my English teacher in school went out with Jimmy Percy. It's basically a giveaway. What do you think of that then? I know, I bet he feels like you're rubbing shoulders with the greats now because I got you Jimmy Percy's autograph, aren't you? And the Sham. I was in the Sham army, but I was also in the Quo army as well, because status quo were like biblical to me. They were like cods, fishtarian cods. They were to me. Christina, good to see you. I wondered if I got a feeling Eric Clapton likes Flat Earth British. I've bet loads of them celebrities watch my shit giggling and not telling anyone about it. Bet loads of them. Fucking any money. Because it's all bollocks, isn't it? They're bound to be watching something. What are they going to watch? Their own films? Yeah, right. Fucking hell. Mama, good to see you. Nobody likes Hollywood anymore. Nobody gives a shit. It's all crap. Yeah? They don't even have a proper explosion anymore. Everyone can see a CG fucking high flames. That building's not on fire. It's just orange glowy bits. Yeah? It's not like the good old days of like fucking Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah? When real people died and real things exploded. Yeah? That was the movies. Yeah? Didn't have CGI in Bridge Too Far. Yeah? Or the Battle of the Bulge, which is something I'm also suffering with. Oh, don't worry. Nobody even cares anymore. Twice born, life is. It is a gas. It's water. It's a gas. So don't even worry about it. Between chat and Martin, I'm dead. Don't die, mama. And if you do, give me your address. I'll come over and give you the kiss of life. Okay? That'd be nice for me. The language of signs and symbols. Okay. It might not be. Super marionation. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Anyway, let's get back into the juice before my brain collapses, which is also a thing. Really, that could happen live on YouTube. What happened to Martin? Oh, he sort of fudged out, didn't he? Started talking in tongues. Anyway, so I'll link all these up, the emblematas and everything else. These are the pics of today, specially chosen by thine self and for you. So there's that cursed as a mirror language. I think that's definitely a clue with the elites. I think they're doing this shit. But they used to say, oh, they reverse. I'm on the end of Led Zeppelin, like, you know, Lucifer is your master. But it could also say, buy a Mazda. You know, it's open to interpretation. Which is a car. Oh, you know that. All right, don't worry. So the writing on the wall is actually, yeah, it's not like a God miracle. It's actually a projection, and I believe that. Okay. After all, it's a wonder wall. So here's a street in Amsterdam in the past. All this world. Massive world with little tiny people in it. But they got the celestial sphere on top of Atlas's head there, which is daft anyway. But what's cool groovy about this is, imagine if that ball fell off. Splat! Yeah, that would make a mess, wouldn't it? There wouldn't be any human left. It'd be just a spludge. That could happen if there was an earthquake in Amsterdam. Just saying. Just saying. So this is what the Earth read. Look, they said they were fucking stupid in the Middle Ages. I'm saying that Western philosophy is stupid. In fact, it needs to go and look in the mirror because that's what stupid looks like. Stupid. King Stupid of Stupidsville stupid. Okay? Is what Western philosophy is. Even in the medieval period, they knew we were living down here in a flat plate. Okay? There was like a little bit of a plasma charge going on near the Kármán line, and you get up, and then there's some luminaries, stars going on. Yeah, sun and the moon. Yeah, paint a Homer with a, and above the stars or the entities that are above us. There's a house, and guess who lives in that house? MC Hammer. That's quite right. No, God, obviously. God lives in that house. So this is what happened. They dragged him out of the sea. They were like, oh, she would be okay. It's the first time she's used her eyes. It's the first time she's used her lungs because, you know, being unplugged from the watery matrix into this weird realm took some shock into her system. But as you can see, Bacchus also in the water. Isn't that weird? That's not Bacchus. I think this one might be a centurion. Blowing the conicals, we're arriving, sound and vibration. So they don't make much effort these days, do they? Where the old Jim Jams down the shops to go and get the scratch cards. I wonder if these armbands are technology. There's a reflection in there of a room. Like a door, a window, maybe a closet in the corner. That's interesting. But the silks. You know, the materials they have. Nice bit of gold. Oh, detail shows us a lot in these pictures of the quality of old and how shit it is now. So I'm not sure how you get a bit of lady garden in stone, but I think that's a really good technique and very important as well. Because it's good to have the distinction these days, isn't it? With I can't even say on YouTube. I'm not allowed to say anything anymore. Anyway, this is art because they're stupid and they don't even know. So, yeah, I think we could all fly because the air was superior. So Icarus, when he was going up to the sun, which he went too close to and burnt his feathers or the wax came off and he hit the dust, was a machine. It was a machine. So he didn't need to give in like nowadays. You could be flapping these like fuck. You're not going to get any lift. Yeah. In them days, flap her a little and you're up and you're gone. Because, you know, after a reset, the air was much more soupier because we're in water. This is water we are in. So remember I mentioned destiny. Destiny is calling you by name. Yeah. Would you? She looks a bit like a fella, don't she? Yeah. It is a fella. Destiny's a fella. Okay. The fella who wears makeup and pretty hair things. Because you can see by the boobies and the absence of. It's got a skirt on. I thought it was a chick. No offense, Destiny. You know, I hope you're going to sort me out and all that shit, but fuck me. You know. Destiny is calling me by name. So after the reset, okay, the whole world is smashed and basically looks like shit. But the water, the plumbing was still on, thankfully. The Roman plumbing, thanks to a bit of plumb bum. No, I'm not being rude. That is Latin for lead. Okay, lead piping. Yeah. And then feed your sheep and bring them down and get some water in the world. Nobody gives a fuck because basically everyone's dead. Just this shit's just laying around everywhere. I was intrigued about Daniel in the lion's den. I think what went on was this. I think he went in the lion's den because they were proper hungry as well, right? So why didn't they eat him? Was it because he smelled bad? Is it because he was really ugly? Or was it because he could create a vibration like Crocodile Dundee and cause tame animal syndrome where they don't want to eat you, or some miracle like that? Anyway, it's open to interpretation. But anyway, the story is Daniel didn't get eaten by the lions because he had some god magic happen. He wasn't worried one bit. He didn't give a fuck. It's like, chow down on me. Yeah, right, whatever. So let's have a look at what is happening with this bloody thing. So obviously that's communication towers. We've got the metro here. So I'm guessing New York City, underground, electric tram, and all them cables carried really high in the air, but still loads of antiquity going on. Look at the size of these buildings, oh guys. Imagine the effort on that church to do this all over the world, and you never see any of this shit being built. So trebuchets, I talked about them in my last post. Absolute bollocks. So this was a street art by our Lisa last week on the streets of Glastonbury. So this is a gold leaf, apparently the only one of its kind in the world, and it was given as a gift to the very real Napoleon Bonaparte. Boney to his friend, or Bono to his mother, which I doubt the existence of. But there you are. It's the Phoenician gold leaf. It's a leaf made of gold, solid gold, and it's quite historical or hysterical. So this is the slipper of Marie Antoinette. So she kicked off a bit of fuss, didn't she? So after she's been overheard in the grounds saying, I'm not sure I like these people. I think, but not in Italian. I think they should eat grass. What say you, Louis? Yes, maybe they should. Okay, we can have more money, build more shit we do not need. My Mali machine is rusty. It's made of wood. My Mali machine needs painting. So what happened is they executed her. But on her way up to the guillotine, okay, she slipped over the executioner's foot and dropped a slipper on the floor. This is said slipper. Okay, so I guess you could know what like Marie Antoinette's feet smelled like. Yeah, but she was a queen, so I'm guessing she had nice footwear and no like athlete's foot or toe jam. I don't know if the royals get toe jam. Yeah, bits of fluff between their toes. Probably get manky toe. Yeah, like you get on a cigarette package. You ever seen manky toe? Yeah, it's the mangy toe. You might know it as in America, but manky toe. Britain. So behind every classic artwork, or a lot of them in this case, is another one hiding, and this one is what looks like St. Michael, and he's killing the dragon, and it's also could be George and the dragon. It's the same narrative as Michael and George, it's patron saint of England. George and the Dragon, who's never actually visited Britain, couldn't speak a word of fucking English. So why they have him as patron saint beyond me, but there you go. Hanged around Jerusalem all day smoking bongs, so they say. So a lot of dead people, they got to skeletons quick. Maybe the dragons sucked their flesh off them. Popsicle. So here's the clothes they had in the old days, felt. So felting is treated with mercury and it gives you this beautiful purple color. Green also treated with arsenic. So two chemicals with electromagnetic properties. This felt is for sure, no doubt about it, an important technology. And this is the sort of, and silk. So silk, and it's all dyed in them products. So that is what they would have worn back then. Now, Primark, innit? Primark jeans and sweaters. Smashing it. Hair extensions. Plastic nails. So look at this. So they would have built all of this with the same as guessing what I just showed you with the church. Massive cranes to get all of this stone up there. Massive everything. This is the mechanism for a drawbridge, yeah, which is now stone. Oh, it's that one. All right. Interesting portals there and there. So I would say, looking on that and the the decoration on the stone, this is old world as opposed to that Church of the Sacred Heart not being. Okay. And these left all over antiquity. So they are Antiquitech coupled with water technology. And water is fantastic and give you good life. You know, the times I've gone to places, even years ago, even recently, and I'd be like, what is going on with the people in this town? They're all glowing and vibrant. What is in the water? And it is literally that, guys. It's whatever's in the water, they're all on. The local beers made from the spring water, they're all on that. So this is St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, and it's built for giants. And it again has this massive twisty column Antiquitech device in the middle. And you see this a lot in basilicas. But this one is the old world, isn't it? Look at this size of the dome. And the people are just dots inside of the basilica. Catacombs underneath. Proper ancient old world. So, God. There is a suckle and there's a suckle, isn't there, guys? This guy is such a suckle. It fucking hurts. I can't even imagine how he even sleeps at night. It's Brian May. He's so grovelly. Oh, you got a shiny fucking car. He's always sucking up. So he just got knighted. So all sausage fingers is, I knight you, Sir Brian May. And he's like, and Beelzebub's got a devil put aside for me. No shit. So he had a nasty lawnmower accident during lockdown, didn't he? Yeah, he got his willy mangled, but he never noticed because it's like it was just not even there really. It was just like a skin. But yeah, so he's been rolled back out now, a new tour, probably a new tranny lead singer, and roll out all them old this thing called love. I can't handle it, and all them old fucking Queen songs. Great. Yay. Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Hong Kong Phooey. He's quicker than a human eye. He's got style, special style. The style just can't stop. When the going gets rough, he gets super tough with the Hong Kong Phooey chop. Now, Hong Kong Phooey, okay, I've based my life on. I am a master at my craft, as you know, and I learned my masterful skills from Hong Kong Phooey. As you know, a lot of you know this by now, okay? I haven't got a lucky Hong Kong Phooey, but I have got a lucky Scooby-Doo and a black cat. Everyone's got a lucky Scooby-Doo, though, haven't they? Have you? Yeah, of course you have. Okay. So it wasn't that bad in the First World War. I'd have made the most of it. I'd have been brilliant. I wouldn't have been scared. And it wouldn't... I'm way too spawny to be fucking blown up or shot in the trenches. I'd probably had, like, proper little deals going down. I'd have had the most. I'd have had the most drugs and, you know. See, that would be the thing, right? It's like That's what they should have done in the First World War, is drop LSD bombs on the enemy. Yeah. Or drop LSD or a party in the trenches. It's like, and then there's complaints then to the German High Command. It's like, sir, the English seem to be having a really good time. I could hear them singing to this pumping music all night long. Okay. They're having a fabulous war. Why aren't we having a fabulous war? Okay. And then one night you can get like a few deserters go over no man's land, innit? Yeah. To go and see what goes on. And they literally walk into the trench, right? Yeah. And they got Turkish belly dancers. Yeah. All that Turkish music going on. Yeah. Like women. So I've just come to give myself up as prisoner. My name is Arthur. You have women. Yes. Yeah, we got women, man. Come in, Otto. You seem all right. Yeah, we don't want a war with you. Come in, sit down, smoke some of this. Yeah. This one, her name is Anita. Anita, come and say hello to Otto. Oh, you're really nice. We should never have gone to war with you. I knew all the time we were friends, really. So that's how the war should have gone down. Can you see how my war is better than their war? I know. So that's what should have gone down. Yeah, my realities, I've noticed, is always better. Yeah, I can redefine reality, and it would always be better for everyone, including you. Okay, it would be full of love and happiness and fluffy bits. Okay, not in all your cases, just in my case. Look at that on there. Church of the Shell, and we've got the Mary as well. The Hairy Mary. That's beautiful, isn't it? So I wonder what's that. Oh, it's just a little corner store. And you got then concrete things on a corner so your horse and carriage doesn't smash the corner of the building off. Weird. So this is Times Square. On a wet day, it's a colorized image, but it shows you the capitalists making a bit of money. But it also looks like old England, doesn't it? There's a 3D printed Old World Church in the background of Wall Street. So there was a wall there, wasn't there, at one time? Like an old town wall, part of the starfort system, I gather. Because that starfort that was on the end of Broadway, that is no longer there, is like a street away from where the towers were. It's like they were like literally built on a starfort. So let's have a look at people that were from another time. They're long gone. Now, she is not hideously disfigured, although she could be. He looks like he's in the American Civil War. He looks spiteful and horrible. His mother, she's got a bit of the same going on. And she's got an eye missing. So let's detective this shit right out now, shall we? First, you're not allowed to beat carpets on a Sunday because it's against common law in Britain. It's one of our, we got loads of these laws that got brought out that have never been lifted, and whacking your carpets on a Sunday is one of them. Another one is if a Welshman gets caught in Hereford in England after 6 o'clock in the evening, they can hang him. So I'm guessing when Cardiff City fans go to Hereford away, you know, they got a bit of a different attitude. So anyway, so they got broken windows in the shed. So I think Dad's dead. No, somebody's taking a photograph. Wish I had a reflection. A lot of glass missing in the garden shed. Trying some washing, got some plants, so they care about their environment. It's interesting. You can break a lot down in a picture. Maybe you see stuff that I can't. Antwerp. So I love old Antwerp. I'm guessing all this Antwerp you see here doesn't exist now because of, you know, the Luftwaffe and stuff. But yeah, so what do people do in Antwerp? They go down to the seafront, they watch all the ships. Do you know what they do now in the modern day? They go down to the seafront and watch all the ships. Because that's the best thing to do. That's what I love to do. Go down the seafront, watch all the ships. Be on the ships. Be on the water, my friend. Be water, my friend. So, more French little townerage. Let's have a look. They got wiggledy-piggledy roofs going on, haven't they? Tudor build, wattle and daub. Done that myself. Wattle and daubing. And if she's gone down the shops for her mum, she's like, go down the shops and give her a little shopping list, and she will get back. Yeah, because she's looking after baby. Dad's in work or gone off for the spring war campaign in the neighbouring country. It's what Britain does. Yeah. Because the weather's so shit here. Yeah. What we used to do is just find a hot country and go and invade it. Yeah. Steal all their good shit. Get them on drugs. That's what they usually do. And just like keep the country. A bit like England done with Wales. Because, we've actually invaded and, not everybody in Wales is comfortable with that. We tried to go for Welsh nationalism, Plaid Cymru, etc., and go it alone because, a bit like San Marino or, I don't know, Liechtenstein. We could be Britain's Liechtenstein, Wales. It'd be great. Our own little country. We'll end up a superpower in no time. Look, these are all mud flooded down here. See the doorways going down here? And there. All mud flooded. And you need these to get cargo in, or, they got these all over. This is Amsterdam. Because that's the Amstel Church, isn't it? To get cargo in or to get stuff in up here on the top floors, they have ropes and pulleys on them. I've actually seen that in action. Amsterdam, people taking furniture through a window using one of them back in the day. I've seen that. One thing you don't see on the buildings is them shitty burglar alarms, do you? They were a scam, They had millions sold and never really worked. All the burglars had to do was fill them for fun. And they were just never worked. Everyone sort of knew that. So here's New York Street. Insanely big buildings and insanely busy, but lovely color on that one. Scars. Love the cars. Love American cars. Me. America. America. E-R. Hugh, let's hear the E-R, right? Come on, you donkey enthusiasts. E-R. They used to have these on the Porthcawl Beach when I was a kid. They used to do rides, and I used to love donkeys. They're so lovely. They cry, Yeah, they do if you don't give them hugs, with cwtches in Wales, but if you don't give a donkey hugs, they get all upset. And they can be really stubborn because they're so intelligent. They're like, I don't really like you. And if they do like you, I always thought that the top bit of that looks CGI to shit, mind. I always thought that the head bit was a lot bigger, but it seems it's that small. Seems each one fills a person. So I thought the head was a lot bigger, and it's not that big. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So let's have a look what they had going on in America. Okay, Admiral Television Appliances. So what's that then? Aerials, I guess. What appliances would you have for your telly? I don't video was actually Pepsi Cola. It's called that. Pepsi Cola. Like the city. Imported whiskey. Canadian Club. Love a Canadian Club. I like a Southern Comfort. Some Comfort's nice, but okay. Here come the girls. Ooh, Bob Hope. So Bob Hope, dope. Bob Hope. He was from Barry. He's one of ours. Yeah, Bob Hope's Welsh. Fuck yeah, go and check it out. We got all the talent came out of Little Old Wales. Sensational Virgins of Bali, Indochina, a flame preview. Fuck me. Sensational Virgins of Bali. What, in New York? Are you sure? I think they might be just saying that. I'm just saying. Fucking people say a lot of stuff. Anyway, RKO Palace. Here come the girls up here. God, that's really naughty, isn't it, guys? I'm fucking shocked. 1950s New York. Wow. It's like 1920s Berlin. I'm actually shocked. Oh, there you go. Cultural Marxism for you. Never mind. First National Store. There you are. Let's have a look. First National Store, what people were buying in the shops. Let's do a bit of detective work. Okay. So they were doing Christmas bullshit back then as well. So lamb chops, 35 cents. Nice pork loins, 50 cents. Hams, cooked hams. Rump face. Face rump. What's face rump? 33 cents as well. Yeah, no coinky dink there. So maybe someone can tell me what a face rump is. I think it might be something rude. I don't know. But a rump steak, is it made from a face of a cow? Never had one in my life. Lamb fours and lamb legs and oysters, 25. They cut off lamb's legs. They cut off lamb's legs. So anyway, that's interesting. We learned a lot there, didn't we? So nothing is not planned in this world. He knows. Oh, Bill Clinton, there he is in school, but he's in a fraternity, look, whatever fraternity that is. And JFK's like shaking his Masonic handshake with him because he's like already in the club. Probably knows his dad, probably knows exactly what job he's going to have. It's like, what's the chances of having two presidents in one picture, 40 years or whatever apart, and him not knowing? There's no such thing as coincidences. It just shows you all this shit's planned out. So this came up this week. So interesting context, I guess, of what could be happening under the Giza Plateau. Pillars holding it all up. A bit like the realm itself. Footstool of God, pillars of creation. The pillars, they tremble. When they tremble, the world is ruined. So this is back in the day, right? So back in the day, guys, we used to have like, what's green and guess you pissed? Your gyro check, okay? But alternatively, if you did have a job, you used to get these pay packets. I mean, you could get fucked off your ass all week and long on your pay packet. I mean, drinking and having it, just guts it out. You could never spend it all. Okay, you can never spend it all. And I mean, you only had £2.15 there, wages. £2.15. And guess what? It was enough to live your life and do shit with. And I used to love a juicy wage packet when I was young. Oh, I used to open it up and smell that wad of money. I know you were going to spunk it all on the weekends. Okay. So they had like loads of good stuff and trippy colours. Be really nice to be tripping there, wouldn't it? I'm just saying that's a generalization. But maybe it's got a little bit of under hair. Wouldn't hold that against that. Okay. So let's have a look at London, America. Sorry. Convent Station. So all red tiles. That keeps it clean, doesn't it? No, it's London. It's Covent Garden. Covent Garden, London. Getting all the fruit ready for Covent Garden in the 1920s. Nice tall building, though. So we had a program. We were always suspicious of this program on Flat Earth British, meaning me. Rod, Jane, and Freddie, yeah, on Rainbow. No, we knew something was going on with them, but like, really? Bungle, and Jane had a thing, yeah? This is children's television, yeah? But like, I guess in like, there was all the drugs made and really horny. So, I just found it an interesting composition because of the colour. It appeals to my Brian. Okay, so. And Margaret, I think she was a bit dodgy, you know. Later on in that Tommy film, I didn't like her role, and she went to shit later on. But earlier on, I'll give her that. I'll give her that. So you don't have these in the modern day, do you? These are called negligees, yeah, which is a code word for absolutely fuck all on, yeah, in man world. So let's shift this church. What do you do? Well, let's get all the pallets down the gypsy yard, pile them all under, like all of them, and then we'll slide it. Which they've done. They've done it to the Norwegian church in Cardiff, because the original location wasn't where it is when I was a kid. They moved it in this manner. I wonder how many tons you could take on that wood. And I've got to place it down properly. So this is in Spain. It's a star fort as such, but it looks like something really bad's happened to this fort. Like it's like the stone is like literally dripped down there, melted, and like that's all melted, and this starfort, a little bit is left. Can't remember the name of it, but it is in Spain. That's all I remember. But yeah, it looks fucking melted to me. Excuse my language. So, British people, American people, I don't know if you've been robbed in the same way as us, but we've been badly robbed. Okay. We had all these things and we have no longer have them. Okay. Not so much, not so bothered about the Karamak. I didn't like a Karamak, but I would now like a Karamak. Right now, I would love a Karamak. Opal fruits made to make your mouth water. Ooh. They changed them. They call them starbursts. Star fucking bursts. See that bar there, Texan? Yeah, that was the juiciest Texan you've ever had in your life, right? So what it was, right, is the chocolate's pretty thin, but underneath they got this like nougat stuff. Oh my God, guys, it's like heaven on earth. Yeah, you can bite it and it just goes elasticy bandy. You can get it out a foot long. Your Texan bar, you can get it like a strand of nougat foot long. Have you done that? Of course you have. Okay. Not to be mistaken with cocaine, okay? Sherbet fountain, although it does look remarkably like drugs. You stick a stick of licorice into sherbet, which is basically pure sugar drugs. Yeah. And you're off your head and you talk shit and do your mother's head in. Marathon, they still got them. They're called Snickers now. They changed it from Marathon to stupid as fuck Snickers. What kind of name is that? That's something you name a strain of weed, isn't it? A Snickers. Maybe Skittles. Yeah, I got confused. Don't worry. 6 bars were really, really lovely and they only cost 4p. You never a 6 bar? I've only ever had a few 6 bars in my life and I didn't like Karamak, so I didn't read the B, no, because that was there was no guns and bombs. I liked Commando. It was my, or Action, or Eagle is what I had. War, because I'm a boy, we like war stuff. It's just completely normal. Guns and bombs is normal. They tell us it's not, but well, it must be if I love that shit so much. Okay, this is a pretty church, the Churchill Arms in London. And I'm wondering, in a boiling hot summer's day, how they get on with water in that. Because that would dry up in no time. But isn't it beautiful? Oh, it's lovely. See, life is sweet, isn't it? Life is sweet. No, you can't say it's not. It is. It is. It's juicy. Just look at that. Yeah? That's like brine explosion of colour in your brine, isn't it? Yeah. Britain. See that? Britain? Yeah, I know. Fucking epic. How similar everything is. So the tree of life, as you've seen many, many times, is identical to the human placenta, also the lung, the tree branch, a river network, and the human veins, and the leaf of veins, and the fingerprint, weirdly as well, looks exactly like a tree trunk. So everything is actually all one. There's only one of a share. And there you go, fingerprints there. This is from Russian. And they are identical to what look like side slices of brains. We think that the maze is probably a beehive of sorts, the maze of antiquity. This is also a maze, but it's also the brain. It's also a fingerprint, but it's also a brain. I do not speak Russian. Interesting, huh? So this is in Canada this week. I think Tommy Boy did put this in Toronto. And it says, subscribe to Martin Liedtke on YT for more information. Yes, please do that. That is good advice. 500 of you watching right now. That would be awesome if you liked my video and subscribe to my channel. And come back for more juice very, very soon, which there will be. And loads more exciting things happening. Cathedral in Strasbourg, I've covered this as a mudflood evidence on my Tartarian channel. There's quite a bit of this building actually missing from time to time, century to century, which you can pull out in the archive. Okay, so it's fully electrified. It's probably self-illuminating. And I can't help but think that all of these Antiquitech sound machines, light, sound, vision. Blue, blue, electric blue, that's the color of my room where I will live. Blue, blue. So, giant keys, like I mentioned. So, not sure where the context of where that is, but it's just go to show you that there was giant keys for giant doors with giant locks because big people were using them. Giants. Also, giant guns. So, these guys, they captured these guns. So, what? They can fire them, can they? Can you give us a practical application of this? Can you show us? No, because you can't lift it, can you? No. So they're massive elephant guns for whoever was the enemy, which look like they're giant rifles. Who even knows? So this is a 1960s beach party when people look still like human beings. No piercings, no tattoos, no falsehood, no anything, just as God, the creator, created them. Creator. They created a tour for us. In the 1960s. Now, today. Okay. A load of happy blobby them days. Yay! They don't actually weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, which is always good news. And if you're ever in a plane crash or disaster, always grab the fat person because they'd be really useful as a buoyancy device. Bear that in mind. Okay, stick close to the fat person. Okay, so Guru Martin say, okay, Guru Martin say, Martin Guru say, and then I said, fuck all that, and it fucked off, and I was at peace. So that's what we should all do. All of their weirdness, fuck all that. I am. It's the best way. So here's an Adam and Eve you might not see very often. Because you know why? Because you usually get to see Adam's dick covered up by a fig leaf. But in this case, yeah, it's letting it all hang out. Not all of it. It's rude, isn't it? And you even get a bit later garden off Eve. I know. It's almost like Eden porn, isn't it? It's dirty. Anyway, it's all going to go to shit. Do you want me to tell what happens? Don't even worry. Okay. Butter pig. Ah, butter pig. Sewed a pair of wings on my pig. Okay. Look, piggy. Look in the mirror how pretty you are. Okay. We're going to send you to Mars. How do I know? Because I've got a mask on and I'm thinking clearly. Is that a fart? Did you fart? You can't smell it. You've got a mask on. Oh, yeah. So check this out. An apartment house in Manhattan Square. So that's just a bog standard house. You've got to imagine all of that I just showed you with building. They would have had to do all of that with every single one of these buildings. You never, ever see that. Shows mudflood evidence. Really ornate, very decorative, old world. There's nothing that's not a feature on here. It is absolutely beautiful in design. Looks Flemish. And all the juice at the top. So that is Tartaria. That is beautiful. It looks like a church. It's got all the knobbly bits. It looks like it's 3D printed. Half of it's in the ground. So top heavy. Statues on it. That is nothing like that of the build. So they would have had to do all of that on horse and carriage. Yeah, I'm the same. I punch somebody in the side of the head for that, mate, is what you want to do. My OCD considers this an act of war. Yeah, I declare war on the air. Yeah, the wind. I'm going to have a fist fight with the wind. Come on, wind, you fucking wanker. That way, right, you can just hate on the wind or the air, and then you can declare war on the air as well. That way, nobody ever gets hurt, ever, and you never, ever hating on anyone. Ka-ching. See what I did there? I know. It's quite genius, isn't it? Richie Rich. I had all the Richie Rich books. Now, I thought he was a little twat, but I did think it was really groovy that he had, like, butlers and loads of money, and he could have what he wanted. And he did interesting stuff, he did, Richie Rich. He invented. For a kid, I was like, yeah, I'd have done that. Notice they got the globe in the background. The Little Rich Boy. Did you ever watch read? No, Richie Rich, I did. So look at this airport. Yeah, that's shit, isn't it? So it's in India, they're no fun. So Airport Authority of India, eating carpet strictly prohibited. No rug munching then in India. Okay, well, at least they're clear about stuff before you arrive. You don't want to get in trouble, yeah, or get caught. I mean, yeah. So sirens, yeah. So when we're at sea, when we, basically do the flat Earth fleet at sea, we'll hear the sound of sirens. They'll be going, Martin, Laura. And we'll go, yeah, you calling us? Yeah. And we go over. You probably won't get smashed on the rocks because it'd be too cool for that, see? But definitely finds our way into this cave where they will nick all our stash. Well, we would be happy to share. And, well, generally frolic around naked or whatever, which would be great. Seen this? This is weird. Dog heads, right? You see him? Checking shit out, checking jewels out, a little handbag, dog heads. Look what it says. Marvels as described by the early navigators. Are they telling us the early navigators are dog heads? Yes, in this depiction. Now, isn't that interesting? Phoenicians are animals. They ain't even human. They're animals. So I got one of these outside my house with a red light on it that shines in my window all fucking night long. I close my window. It's like, I don't know what this is. Is this a 6G rollout? What is this? I've seen them. These are in America as well. So I've got one outside my window. They're everywhere in the world. They rolled them out in the last 2 years. Like everyone's locked in, but they shit these out of nowhere. And they are for what? For a landline, an obsolete communication. We're running on 6 volt. Why is that? Because of an EMP, and then all of the mobiles will be fried, and the only form of communication would be these archaic, landline systems that nobody uses anymore. Yes, that's what it is. This is a backup for a reset. And what is in them, do you think? It looks like some sort of array, doesn't it? Like it's emitting, doesn't it? It's outside my window. I got one. Let me know if you're an electrician, you know what these fucking things are, because I can't even imagine what they are. So, Vatican, there you are. They're the source of the Council of Nicaea. We saw all of that making shit up, okay? And they got the cross upside down, the Vatican, because... And all of them splinters of it all, which I've covered in my books. Switzerland, I covered, the Templars, go in there. On 1300, and the Roman Empire, as far as I can see, still up and running. And all of their spin-off secret organizations, the Masons, the Trilateral, you name them, all of these different cabals, they're all part of a whole. And as you can see, they're using the Kabbalistic chart, the Tree of Life, if you like, or the Kabbalistic thing. Again, this is Gothic cathedral. You see this difference in this to that Paris church, and they got like a saint in there, all this big deal around them, and all of these knobbly bits, and built by giants, and all color, and all vibration and sound. Looks like it's 3D printed. That I find difficult to believe is built in that process we witnessed. It's just impossible. With the technologies of the 1400s, the way they say. So these in temples, I've shown you 1,000 times, but they are identical to jet engines. Is it conceivable that these were mechanisms that turned before they were vitrified into stone? And a John Waterhouse image painting showing you an era of Tartaria of beautiful clothing and beautiful everything, really, how it should be. So this was belonging to the King of Sweden, and it's a gold ring, as you can see, but it's got a little closet or a little door in there where you can keep a bit of your girlfriend's hair, a lock of your loved one's hair, which is a bit creepy, but So Nefertiti, she was a conehead, wasn't she? What's with the massive head on Nefertiti? She looks like she's a bit of a looker, though, don't she? She's got a nice bone structure, like a thing like that. So she's not that dark, and she's meant to be from North Africa. She looks quite modern, doesn't she? She's got a long neck, though. Look at the neck on her, fucking turkey neck. But the crown, you know, the headwear is definitely hiding more, isn't it? She's probably got a big baldy cone head in there. It's cone head, Max Stumpmate. Cone head. These are weird, right? Found this depiction. I thought, what am I looking at here? So there's some sort of deal going down here with what looks like a Tartaria, what looks like what you pour petrol into your engine and you use a funnel. So a funnel. You got a funnel on his head. There's a deal going down with what looks like the Dutch. So it's the alliance of the King of Siam, the Leroy, or the King of Siam. Okay, so that's the King and I, with the French. Okay, and they've all got these weird sieves on their heads or these funnels on their heads. But I've mentioned these many times. But have you seen these before? Umbrellas made of metal. They're made of metal, and they're like on top of the Antiquitech. I've never seen them before this, and they're holding it near this, this Bunko Booth Antiquitech processional altar technasmia device thing. Definitely a technology. They got to be magnetized, haven't they? So umbrella, not technology. Definitely. Okay. So, hello, sailor. Oh, hello, love. Have you got any money left? No, I've drunk every single penny. I've got a bit of weed left, though. Oh, that'll do. So, all the nice girls love a sailor. If you got any money left. So, here's another John Waterhouse. She's got a pineal gland thing on the end of her staff of whatever it is, but she looks a bit blokey, doesn't she? Yeah, she's looking like she's got a big blokey face, but wicked pair of bangers for a blokey face. But it's this fucking hermetics and their androgynal look, isn't it? It's part of their thing. Now, who remembers this on television in Britain? Yeah, Bob Monkhouse. The golden shot. See her, that blonde one there? I used to love her when I was a kid. I even liked her. I loved her too, but I loved her very much. Very, very much. I did. So yeah, you'd answer questions, and then Bob, looking like a proper like man from Uncle superhero, Bob Monkhouse, would shoot his golden shot, and then you would win stuff. I don't know if anyone ever got killed, but you can see there was plenty of 1970s action going down later with the Party 8 can and some black bombers. You know that shit goes down? Yeah, of course you did. So this was weird. This happened. This lady here, you can see in the corner of the picture, she did some sort of charity in East End of London where kids would have to go under this. If they were bigger than there, they weren't allowed to donate, which makes no sense. I think there was something else going on. They're measuring kids. And if they were small enough to go under there, something happened nefarious to them. But they collected clothes for apparently the poor people of Bow, the area of Bow. So look, enter all ye children small, none can come who are too tall. So it sort of suggests that they're going somewhere, doesn't it? And it's like they got to be smaller than going under there. And there's all of them kids going under there. The narrative I'm not actually trusting. It's too weird. And look at all them kids down there. All to donate to the kids of Bow. Where is it their stuff then? Because I can't see any of their donations actually on them. Selection process. Spooky when I first seen them. I thought there's more going on. None can come who are too tall. That's fucking sinister. There, and they're measuring them through there. Find that weird? must be just me. Not as weird as this. So the world was apparently like this, full of giants, little people, Bellimis, cryptids, the old one eye, what's it called? The cyclopsage, dogheads, Sinosophias, and the Vatican, the fish heads, because they're not actually human either, are they? All ruled by a god in the sky, Godhead, who's got a weapon, who's going to chuck at you or throw it at you later on in the game. So there they are. These kids, apparently they gathered all of that stuff up, gone under the thing. They're eating the gifts. She's got a jam butty there, and they're for the poor people. They don't look like they're rich to me, so that makes no sense, that narrative. Anyway, meanwhile, in Tobleronistan, yeah, where they make the Toblerone, yeah, it's made from triangular chocolate, from triangular bees, from triangular hives in triangular trees. That's Tobleronistan, yeah, where they make triangular chocolate, which is important for the survival of humanity, by the way, and also could be used as a door wedge. So, some oil paintings where they've just slapped it on, probably just thrown it on, but yeah, it's managed to capture glaze of child's eyes. Glaze of an eyes. Trippy. Trippy. Oh, I should have done, I've seen a video today of this baby regurgitating food into this pet budgie's mouth, and the budgie was giving him kisses. It was awfully cute. But I thought it might get copyrighted. So everything is like really colourful and trippy back then, isn't it? Slap that paint on and capture their life essence, and even the glint or the sparkle in the eye. I saw like that. Yes, it seems very soulless times, guys. It does. Seems the feeling, the emotion is all like confused, isn't it? Not digging that bow in the hair, though. So let's chop this massive tree down. So I got a massive tree here. This is in America, and I got a ladder all the way up there. They're going to chop branch down at a time. Look how high that guy is there, though, to the ground. That's some bottle. That's some courage. Look at that. Mind you, I'm quite good at climbing trees. I'm not bothered. I like a good old tree climb, don't you? What? But I don't like to hurt the tree, because that is murder, and that really fucking pisses me off. I know loads of you like chopping trees, and that's good if you need wood and that, but don't go murdering a big fucking tree. So this is actually in that film that I was showing you earlier, a clip from it, a photograph from this film, of the old world that I was sharing earlier that didn't play. That is actually in it. Hiya, Isabella. Love, Martin, Ray, Brian. One love to you. Thank you so much. Love to them too. So yeah, dead weird and pervy for a 1930s film. And I definitely think this is interdimensional. When you've got the shell, so it's definitely the Phoenicians, multiple eggs or something, and then you get like, you know, Janus overkill. It's like millions and millions of different heads. Yeah, no, I've seen this sort of thing in a trance, in a state where it was navigating through the realm, if you like, on a remote view. And these things are out there. These multi-headed, multi-dimensional, multi-armed entities are out there. The blues. Okay, they're the blues. So dick in a basket, they had in the old days. I'm not sure if they served them up or if you carried them around or what the narrative is. But in the old days, you used to have dick in a basket. I guess in nowadays it's scampi. You know, both could smell fishy. Yeah, here's a photo of my dad and mom and auntie. Okay, mom is the one in black. Dad doesn't live with us anymore. So them awkward moments captured in camera, you know. know. Sticky outy. So, not to be mistaken with the supergroup Pink Floyd. These are, I guess you could call them a spin-off. Red Floyd sing their hits. So they didn't have too many hits. Uncomfortably Numb was one of them. Don't Shine, You Crazy Diamond. Okay. Oh, so use O'Brien, and he's with his wife in his house. And he seems to be, that's probably a comedic moment. He's probably not really pissed himself, but I guess it happens. And I guess in families dress alike like twins, which is also spooky. Make room for Jesus. Oh, Jesus. What, for that? What are you talking about? In what context? Because look at the way he's looking at that. The way she's looking at that. Okay, now Don and Sue got this pervy thing going on, haven't they? But make room for Jesus. He's coming in. I wrestled with God. I said to him, I said, if you're a real man, wrestle me naked. And he did. So, before Nature Boy, there is Tom Phelps. He wrestled God. So, Tom, who won? You wrestled God. Somebody must have won. Somebody, you know, did you bang your hand for 3 seconds and to get you out of that wrestling thing? Did he have you in a headlock? God had you in a headlock. Did you actually get God down? No, because wrestling's fucking act, isn't it? It's con, isn't it? And God would probably beat you, wouldn't he? No. So yodeling praises unto the Lord. Okay, let's put this into practical practice because I'm not buying this. Okay, so do North American Indian ladies, okay, with a derogative term squaw attached to them, do they actually yodel? I don't fucking think so, do they? I think that's more like alpine, isn't it? Like the hills are alive with the sound of music. Yodelay, yodelay, across the valley, and then you get like this milkmaid, you know, because basically what we're playing now is Panzer Commander and the Milkmaid. Guess which one I'm playing? That's right. So she's like on the mountain going, and across the valley, you can hear another milkmaiden, warning of the Panzer Commander that's on his way. And North American Indians don't do that shit. Yeah, they're like, yeah, and in Africa it's la 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 la. Okay, things like that. They got different yodels in different places, guys. This is fucking inaccurate. I hate inaccurate stuff. So this is interesting. Mouse in your pants. Yeah, Baroness Boo Boo. Okay, this cat. Yeah, eat him yourself. He's not going to go and get that mouse. I don't blame him. Sick him, pussy, sick him. I don't know what that means. I think that might be jive talk. But yeah, so he's kept a mouse in his underpants. I think that was probably really popular in San Francisco. So I heard back in the day. Sorry. Anyway, I think that this is not meant to be a K, but maybe an N. Yeah. Take a look at Clark Kent. Yeah. You can hire him as your babysitter. Yeah. Be okay. Nothing will go wrong. Yeah. These children I call mine. Okay. He calls them children his. These children I call mine. They're not really your children, are they? You just call them your children, John Const. Nonce, don't you? Okay, now that's awkward. Not awkward as the Archies, not to be mistaken with the Archers. Okay, the Archies. Okay, I don't really know this band, but who's your baby? Hopefully not her. Okay, this would be scary if this, you know, if you woke up in the morning and that was there, looking at you like that. What is it? Who are you? What did you do? Dickie Rock. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, the Miami Showboard. I thought they were going to say the Miami Sound Machine. Yeah, but yeah, Dickie Rock is fine. Yeah, as long as it's not Dickie Knock. Sorry. Okay. So yes, the famous old Will one song. Yeah, thanks for the blowjob. The blowjob. Thanks for. It's a long way to get a blowjob. It's a long way to go. How did the caloric irrigation go? Asks Snoopy Rearman. It's a very nosy personal question. Okay. The Muffin Muncher. Okay. This is how to muffin munch for dummies. Okay. It's quite popular in this day and age. How to speak cat? I speak cat. Meow. And other ways to say fuck you. No. I think cats tell me they love me when they go meow. Okay, cats are lovely. They're pretty. They've got trippy eyes. And they make this nice sound as well. Like that. Well, not like that. A bit like meow. So this was shared to me from Wake and Bake. Wake and Bake sent me a coin in the state of Utah. And it's again Eagle Wings Open on a Beehive. 1896. Judiciary. That doesn't sound too good, does it, guys? Judiciary. It's like dissing a Jew. That's a cat. Hear that? So he's supposed to be a famous artist, and it's supposed to be a rare picture of him actually doing work, the one and only picture of him doing work. Only all the work's already like done, isn't it, really? Yeah, what's he doing there? Is he just touching up? So I wonder if that's actually like, you know, when you do like chiseling a sculpture and you get down to the nice smooth bits like the legs and stuff. I wonder if that actually arouses you. Oh, it's funny, the statue making. Anyway, imagine that coming up the Thames. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? I got previous life recollection of sailing on a tall ship. Alec Guinness, you know the movie star Alec Guinness, Bridge Over the River Kwai, the one who went batshit on that. Alec Guinness, he was my bosun. I used to work for him. He was all right as well. He wasn't an actor in a previous life. Obviously, he was a bosun, and I worked with him. But yeah, I know Alec Guinness. Yeah. Tinker Tailor Soldier Man. I've been everything. I've been a king. Yeah. Peachy, like Peachy in Man Who Would Be King. Only I'm not going to have the same ending. So that looks very mudfloody. I've been a sailor, a candlestick maker. I've been everything, really. I have been everything. This is a stupid narrative. They reckon when they were like, you know, San Francisco, like shit out of nowhere again after it's been completely destroyed. Then they say they were floating these buildings, into place, part of the Pan Pacific Exposition, and this was one of the buildings. So apparently it's made of stone, and they stick it on rafts, and then they float it up to the new owner because they sold them all off after the Pan Pacific. So that one in particular, that building, that got burnt and destroyed in the 1960s. But it did make it after the expositions, but they did have to move it on water, which is trippy and weird. Have they been doing that all along? Maybe. Is that where Venice come from? Maybe. Deliver those buildings. Now, let's have a mag up on a lovely lady's bottom. Wasn't it lovely having a coal fire and being able to warm your bottom naked by the coal fire? Yeah, it's a different heat, isn't it? It's more of a penetrating heat. No, it is, isn't it? It's more radiant. But that's nice, isn't it? You know it. So, Mr. Fat Bastard, that's where people used to buy their clothes. Nowadays, yeah, this would be every single shop. Yeah, Fat Man Shop. And next door is Weight Watchers. But yeah, nowadays it's like Giacomo for the bigger man. Just for the bigger man, what they really mean is for the fat bastard is what they really mean. Let's be honest here, guys. This is a truth channel. Yeah, it's not beating around the bush here. Beating around the bush? Oh, don't worry. God. I thought it was funny too. So these are like andirons you get on fireplaces. But what actually is happening here is this is a free energy car. Okay, a free energy car with some unknown technology that they haven't shared with us. Use a newspaper clipping to verify that. Electricity taken from air. drives automobiles. So just like the Anderons on fireplaces. Okay, I've got a bit of a better cutting than that. Yeah. Okay, they're in Denver, Colorado. Okay. As the inventor, he demonstrates with his brother. Borrowed an old electric auto, so an old electric car, took out the batteries after roping their atmospheric generator fast, and they got rode off at high speed. So an atmospheric generator they had. Well, we haven't got them now, have we? We need them, don't we? In our cars, because they would be free to run and we wouldn't have to pay all money on gas, would we? No, I know. Worst film I ever seen. Sid James wasn't even in it. Carry On Flight Bag. Yeah, disappointing. So Marks and Spencer's came a long way. This was the first Marks and Spencer's store. They had a little old, interesting looking building back in the day, and now they're like everywhere, aren't they? You can get Marks and Spencer's in China. So they do lovely food, Marks and Spencer's. It's a bit expensive for me, but I love their food. They do lovely munchies, but their clothes are shit. Their clothes are what like Jilly Cooper wears. You know, Jilly Cooper jumpers for horse riding. They sell all that stuff for the elites and that, you know. You know what I mean, you know. So here's a bit of a deal going down for Constantinople, previously Byzantia, but it's also been known by its current name, which is Istanbul. They can't make their minds up, like most things in this world. So here's the Queen. Looks like Queen Victoria, and she's going to do a deal with a Turk. Yeah, she's going to like, I've got a stick here, and it's going to electrocute your ass and destroy your entire city if you don't give me what I want. And he's like, I have a flag. What does it do? It waves in the wind. And he's got like Jesus upside down. He's got like a sword on it. I'm guessing this is an anti-Christian statement. So if you are religious, I'm betting you want a war now with Turkey, don't you? Yeah. Declare war with Turk, shall we? Let's go bomb the Turk. It's not campaigning season. As soon as the weather improves, we go and invade a foreign country. Okay, bomb the shit out of them first. This is the way we do it. Okay, we have drone pilots these days. Nobody gets their hands dirty. Okay, we can hide all the dead like this in an empty building. No one will ever know. So that's what's happening here, is it? No, they are dummies that got melted in a church fire of church statues. So in World War II, the French were collecting up giants. That guy looks massive, and he looks massive. So they're brothers. So they're two Germans, and they're giants compared to the French. Could have been having a war with the giants, all we know. 100 fucking years ago. How would we even know? So these they had in Holland, and these were used for sleeping in. They're like wooden sort of sleeping chambers. But I think they were heated. I think they were heated or air conditioned, heating. Just a lovely place to sleep. A sleeping tech, if you like. So better than just bog standard beds. Not really fitting with the narrative for what they said for what's going on in the Middle Ages for sleep as well. My wings are like a shield of steel. So even hairy angel, man, hairy angel, nice shade of blue fur he's wearing, but he feels he needs to protect himself with his feathers, giving him extra protection against whatever weapon he is languishing. I walked through the valley of death. I feared no evil because I had this really nasty fucking electrocution device. Yeah. So what's she saying? So, hey boss, I brought you some gifts. I thought you might like because you weren't feeling too well. What you got then? Well, I got some of this bush I found, and I got some tea and bush. Do you like that? Yeah, do fine. So you can't grumble a cup of tea and a bit of bush. So a bag of fish, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? A nice bag of fish, eat them raw, sushi, get some wasabi on them. So in the Middle Ages, bag of fish, nothing sinister about that. This is a bit weird though. Okay, Moses always got horns. That is Moses. And why is Moses got like blue tablets? Doesn't he take the red tablet? Anyway, I think the tablets are definitely a technology because they're called a tablet today, aren't they? Yeah. Exactly that. What's the destination on this? Decoration in stone. So for them buildings that we talked about being Gothic cathedrals, 1100 AD, 600 AD. Right. Well, that was supposed to be in the Saxons. So that art there is supposed to be from 600 AD. And this other Phoenician, 650 AD. My, that's early. And down here, 17th century. Decorations for Gothic churches. It looks like the Voynich manuscript, and it doesn't look like it's changed a day in 1,000 years, is what I say. Look at this bit of architecture, metropolis. Fasces. And again, the fiery pot thing. Got the Lucifer there, the goat. See the Lucifer? And portals and scales. There, scales there. They look exactly like fish scales. So, and some Phoenicians. Really freaky. They just keep looking. They're just looking down on us, like you know. They just watch. They just observe. They never really playing a role in our reality, if that makes any sense, in any of these Phoenician depictions. Right then, let's move on because I've got a bit still have to show you, and time is getting on. So I'm going to need to show you these. These are Mandalay, okay, the city or town of Mandalay in Burma. Was no, but they're big bells, big bell ends. Check these out, and them associated with it. But this would have been, imagine that bell vibrating upside down, and then it creates a charge, and there's all metal at the top as well. Look, a secondary bell. So stupas are definitely bells, and it's a technology, and it's based on toroidal, same as human body. It's the same sort of technology. And the words, you know, in the language itself, it tells you everything about the, you know, this place is all Taurus fields, guys. It's, you know, mortar, mort, death, tor, death tor, mortar, victor, victor, victory. We've got tor in there. Creator, captor, tutor, chapter, mother, thor, tor, father, tor, daughter, sister, brother, tor, again. So it's like everything in our English language is associated with Taurus fields. You'd be surprised how many words have tor or thor, which is tor, at the end. So yeah, in this this site is just all basically pagodas and what look like upside down spark plugs and some crazy technology, but the world's ruined and it's all covered in mud and jungle, a bit like Angkor Wat. But look, the lotus flower. It's the lotus petals. You see that? Lotus power. So 476 you watching. That is fantastic. I'm just gonna close that up a minute. I'm going to come back to that in a minute because there's quite a bit of it. I'm going to put on a bit of a movie for you for 1 second or so because I'm going to leave the room. This is coming up now. I know loads of you are excited about this, and I've got a ton of fucking music sent in. But like, I've been busy as shit. I've got other stuff I'm organising, which you'll all find out about very soon. And I got other. It's just I'm really, really busy, and this has consumed all my time, and then that's why Juice is lagging back and all of that. So we have to prioritize. This will have to be next week. I got the next rounds, and if you are interested in taking part in the next rounds, contact me on martinliedtke7gmail.com. All of the details, all of the links, everything will be below in the descriptions box. It's a fantastic laugh. Yes, Victor Schauberger, I know, Manny.
going through my music because it's all Tavistock related. I can't stand it. It's like, Satan's right in that. So it's like, I can't listen to it. So all of this will not have that content. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
Ha ha ha. It will all be good quality people music from the Truther community.
real music, yeah, boss.
So here we go, Ray, Austin Mudflood, doing this beautiful music for the community. So hats off to Ray. Thank you, Ray.
Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls? Mother, should I build the wall?
So that is our Ray Mudflood there. So yeah, we got a load of songs. I got a shit ton of songs actually being sent in. So this was up on my Mandalay Think Tank channel, but it's linked down below if you want to watch this clip that Indian Wilson made of the synopsis of that event. And I'm going to hold one very soon, this week, sometime this week. Okay, I've got a lot of records sent in. I'm just going to get the non-judgy judges involved. Okay, this is what we're going to do. And let's take another look at these ones from Mandalay. Okay. Let's whiz through these. But what you're getting is just like all antiquity. And what I see is Phoenician. It looks very aquatic to me. Everything looks scaly. Everything looks shelly. And you get these dragons, which haven't wings. So they're the ones you see in depictions in America of the people who are killing serpents, because they also have no wings. They're giant dragons, but wingless. And giants. You're always going to get the giants. And it's in what? A snake head, isn't it? A cobra with a crown. Cobra with a crown. So looking towards Abba. So yeah, this world is just fantastical, and it all got covered in mud, hasn't it? And it's all ruined. These people here, they didn't really build all this stuff. Show you how I know this in a minute. This bell, wherever it was, okay, it was somewhere else. It is huge. The big bell under the new roof. So yeah, this is on a temporary structure. This bell is huge. I can't even imagine the size of the building that it would have been in. There, look. The bell in its old place. So where was that bell originally? And what happened to that building? Can you imagine the size on the building that would have had to hold that bell? Which is no longer around. Phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. And that building, whatever. So, this looks like a clip of the Bharat or the Bhagavad Gita with the flying armies, which you get, and you get holographic armies and Vimanas, and that building there, which carries a person, looks like that one we seen earlier with them discs. It's like a processional little altar thing, and pagodas with these dangly steel things, metal things sticking off of. The Great Arboretum. Oh, look at that. That's been fucking blitzed. It's a engraving, though, not a photo. Look at the corner, though. It's been hit, haven't it? And the other side's cracked as well. That's not through entropy, that is. That's an apocalyptic event, I can tell you that. Entropy wouldn't do that. Thank you, Avidas. Which looks like he's taking part. So, yeah. There's a lot of excitement, though. It was a really excellent buzz. You know, I love these things happening in the Truther community where we all like get together, you know, any excuse for us to get together. So, bronze figure from Arakan. So, I don't know what nationality he is. It doesn't really look Burmese, that's for sure. Hasn't really got Oriental eyes either. So this is interesting, look. Massacre of the Royal Princes in Mandalay, right? And there's just like a whirlpool or something, water. And a lot of people look like they're bathing, but it's a massacre. They're putting them all down, what, a well? That's what it says. The victims were beaten on the throat with a bamboo to avoid shredding of royal blood. And then they were buried in red velvet sacks. All this was according to the established president. So fucking hell. They smashed their throats in so they didn't bleed. Oh, I'm guessing their monarchy was overthrown. The police post, that doesn't look much of a police station, I must say. And a pyramid that is covered. Pagoda, but it looks like a pyramid. But they are, aren't they? They're step pyramids. Wow. Wow, pagoda. Power station. Jesus, look, it looks so futuristic, but it's from the past. Fantastic. Wow. A lot going on with that one, that's for sure. So what, the Gateway of the Pagan, it's just smashed to shit. The top is literally missing. Look, it's been cut off. Where is it? Boom, boom. Melted. Apocalyptic. So frescoes in the hall of ordination a pagan. Again, it's these divine battles of Arjuna and Krishna by the look of it. Is that an octopus? Is it in the water? Is that underwater? I think it is. Well, it's all in water because even they're flying in the air is in water. Back then it was in water. It's water now. So looks like Buddha with some Buddhist maidens. So was the nature of a Buddhist. Got to have the honeys. So it's all stone under there, flat stone like Roman stone, Roman brick, flat on rather than face on, covered over in what looks like Greco-Roman covering, and that building's been reset. Wow, man, the size of these things though, it's just a temple, but it's a huge block. It's all covered in mud and jungle. Imagine that world that went before us. It's hard to even imagine. Just fantastic. It's like Hollywood couldn't even imagine a movie like it. They try with like Avatar and things like that, but they haven't got it. They haven't got the feeling. They can't even touch it. Look at this. Look at that for a wall. Carving in the corner there. And decoration on every single bit. That's amazing. See what I mean? You just don't get that in the modern day. Look at that. And this is supposed to be ancient. Hell. Unbelievable. Whoa. Look at that for a power plant. Out in the middle of bleeding nowhere. Grass outside. Look, bleeding tumbleweed there, guys. Mud. And these people, they built this. No shit, they never. Wow. It's like it might take off. That's amazing. And that's a bit of bronze work by the look of it. And more Buddhist. So move through. Wow, the size of that thing. Well, that looks like an engraving rather than a photo. Okay. Birth of Gautama. Okay, not seeing any birthing going on there, but and the death of Maya. Okay. So it's just different personifications for similar gods, isn't it? It's like Maya, it's like Mithra or Minerva. Because it sounds just like it and looks just like her. Yeah, probably. So is that even possible to lift a horse up by arms above your head? Horse. I get that the other ones are giants, aren't they? But really, I can't believe it's 11:30. I've been talking that long. I literally thought that I had like an hour left. On my days, guys. That's just flown by. I'm so sorry. Wow. So, past 8, 9, 10, 11. Fucking hell, time flies. So, yeah, 400 and odd of you still here. I've managed to retain for that long. So, that's not too bad. Flatterday experience. I'm happy to see you all back. Okay, much more to come very soon. And I haven't been about, but I have been about. Working for me since I got up here so late. Is that you, S-Coop? It's good to see you too. It's good to see all of you, actually. Phew. Does my head in when I don't post. I goes post turkey. I gotta get content. I'm gonna go off my bugging head. So that looks like it's been blitzed. And everything's smashed and ruined there. Massive monument. Something big enough to hold that. Ooh, stone windows. Maybe that's what we had before the Phoenician glass, you know, stone windows. More akin to these. Let the air in, let the light in generally. And probably air conditioned in both cold and hot, I would have thought. A lot of stuff on the top of that one. Whew. Cool. Okay, I bet he's about 160 years older. He still looks young and skin's all still cool because he's like Prince of Pagan. Because he's like probably 150 years old. Something. So, oh, fucking ruined pagoda. What happened to that then? What? There's not even anything left on the outside, just the bricks all snobbly. Something's really, really hit that. That looks more water damage than burntage. Whew. And look at that on top of their heads. What's that? The Tesla coils on top of their heads, guys. And like pedals like if they're in a craft or something. That is nuts. Well, the whole thing looks like it's a craft. That's amazing. Okay. So yeah, look at all the antiquity on top of that. So ever decreasing. So using like stepping technology, creating a charge, and the rest of it is extracted out of the ether into these bags of power for the circuit board city. I've never seen that before. Look, there's all like bamboo scaffolding around the pagoda, which I haven't really seen until these photos. So some repairs going down. Look at that one. Whew. Enough antiquitech on there, don't you think? Oh, wow. That is amazing. Crazy. Load of antiquitech on there. Man. So I don't know who Poo-Poo is, or Fufu and his clients. Fufu is a garbage. And I don't think he's real. He's got a pair of boobs. So Fufu is in a white building, and you can go and ask him for good luck and good fortune and some fufu. Got some fufu. There's Fufu. Whoa, that's spooky. The sun's shining in and illuminating him like he's holy man. And he looks alive. And he looks like he's got a guy or a giant or a little bloke on his... Well, that is actually really trippy. That's Fufu's son. Fufu and Fufu's... That's Fufu's son. Not to be mistaken with Fufu, the other one. You see he's got a tash on him, Fufu's son. Whoa. Shitty little room to put a god in, though, innit? Fufu should have had a better temple devoted to Fufus. I am the god of Fufu. Footprint of the Lord. So that's a footprint of Buddha there. I think that's still around today. You can go and visit that, can't you? Or did they have a war over it? But yeah. Awesome. Footprint of Buddha. Whoa. Your fortune must be great. It's just not really showing. So monkey, dragon, mermaid. With some sort of technology in her hands. Whoa, the pure, look at that. The whole of its great bulk is covered in pure gold. What? Oh, that's obviously for its conductive properties. All of these pagodas must have been covered in gold. Well, I can't believe pure gold, even now, even then. This is the 1870s, mind. Shit. So they had regattas. Loads of barges on the moat. Loads of boats. Which is always nice to watch. How elephants were caught. So they're trapping elephants in them. I don't like that. And they all watch it. Because I love elephants. They're the best in the world ever. And a giant Buddha. Colossus of a dying Buddha. So, oh no, Buddha can't die, man. He's a Lord. God, don't die. But don't worry, he'll be back to life in 3 days, resurrected, and he's all cool. So, bell bearers. Okay. Bell bearers. You get little bells and put them on your willy. I've explained this on my post as Martin Guru say. So, you can alert people, females mainly, of any impending doom. Loads of some action out and outside, and the weather is terrible. I've got torrential rain outside at the moment, and fucking wind and stuff. That's because I offered out the wind for a fight since then. It haven't stopped bloody being windy. So he don't look like his face fits in his body. It looks weird. So have we ever invaded Burma? I don't think we have we? No. I think we had all that caper in World War II when British was fighting Japanese in Burma. That didn't go down well. We had to build a railway then, didn't we? And we know how that went down, don't we? Do-do, 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 do-do. He only had one ball, the other was in the elbow, the other was made of rubber. He's a dirty bugger. I can't remember the rest. So that's the scene. So these are the Brits, look. See what I mean? Campaign this season, go off to a hot country. Because we're so pissed off and wet here in Britain because the weather's so shit. Yeah? Just fucking go off and invade some people. Show them technology. Called cannon. So that's a pagoda for landing on. Balloon would have been the chosen transport of the day. So I don't know what that is. Bleeding up. A room up in the air. Oh, spliff break room, obviously. So yeah, did you like this video? 400 likes. Thank you very much. Got a British back on another live Flatterday. And I have some more to show you, but I'm running out of time. So we need some more thumbs up. Not that it matters on the algorithm, because they don't give a shit and they don't even matter. All of that YouTube stuff that they tell you is made up. It's just not happening. So there's not many spiky bits on this. See, if I was me, that beautiful building out in the middle of that muddy, shitty field, I would have more spiky bits on it. There's always room for more spiky bits, wouldn't you say? Jesus. Okay, no, that's the most spikiest building I've ever seen. And look outside, though. I know they're scruffy in these countries, but bloody hell, guys, come on. I know, right? And what about them? Buddhist Bible stone. The Buddhist Bible stone. What? Buddhist got a Bible? Shit. So a carved door. All right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the carved door. Not much going on, but it's still a door and it's carved, so we'll give them that. There's some monkages. Okay, let's hope their life is sweet and they get loads of things. Okay. Game Boys, PlayStations. I doubt they get all them. They probably do in the modern day. Probably treated better than choir boys to the Roman Catholic Church, I suspect. So look at the entrance to that. The examination halls. Examining what? What do they examine in the examination halls? I hate it when they don't give you any more fucking information. They got a lot of spiky bits on these unbelievable examination halls. What are they examining? So, spirit, spire of the palace. I thought it was spirit then. Spire. Well, that's mad. So there's a big Buddha on Wangi. Okay, let's have a look. I could do that. I'm not going to do it live on YouTube in front of hundreds of people, but I can do that. That Buddhist throat singing. But I got to be in the mood. That's not me. That was them. From another time. Okay. Oh, look. Doesn't look like a phallic thing, but it's not. It's a scrotum totem that they got in America. They have scrotum totems too, with wing bits as well. Isn't it unbelievable that the word scrotum rhymes with totem? I think there's something there. I think there's a message. I don't know what it is. So that's the lily throne. Okay. Ooh, is that a portal? Bath of the Maids of Honor. Whoa. But that'd be worth visiting on a sunny afternoon. You're burning. Would you like some help with your sun cream? But it hasn't been invented, sun cream. That's really bad and gives you cancer. Anyways, don't put that on. Okay. So they got pagodas are actually bunko booths. Look at the tech on that. Jesus. Wow, that would be an amazing place to go and look at. If it wasn't so hot and full of bugs, it'd be brilliant. But their food's fantastic. They're bound to have a decent curry in Burma, aren't they? They got that do-gooder woman, though, haven't they? She's like, oh, motherfucking Teresa, isn't she? All doing good stuff. Yeah. Which is a psyop, really, because they never do good stuff. So it's always undercover for something else. Was it undercover? CIA. Anyway, there's a movie here I was going to share with you called Immigration about the, basically, it's from 1946. It is public domain, so I should have been fine to use it. Explaining, you know, the bullshit narrative of populating of America. So I'm guessing, going on what I just said, by Encyclopedia Britannica film might copyright me. I'm already on a strike, so I can't take the chance, but I'm going to give you a little idea.
Or the children of immigrants. We are one people, but a people welded from many nations and races. People who came to America during a vast migration from Europe to other parts of the world. In this migration, millions of Europeans left their homelands to settle in new countries across the seas. Almost 2/3 of them came to the United States. When we became a nation, our population numbered just under 4 million. Each symbol here represents 500,000 people. Most of our people were of British origin, but there were also Dutch and many Germans, as well as French, Spanish, a great many Negroes, and others. The era of the Great Migration from Europe began about 1820. During the following 70 years, immigrants came from Western and Northern Europe in growing numbers. The earliest waves brought people from Ireland and Great Britain.
Yeah, well, I'm not watching any more of that because it's just bollocks. But you can, I'll put it in the descriptions box. And it's the official narrative how they managed to populate like the whole of America in a matter of like, well, a decade or some fucking thing. So I'm not watching that because it's talking to my Brian. But you get the general idea. I'm going to link this to you as well. Didn't have time to look at it, but it is frescoes of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Not too much nudity going on, so they're not really that worth looking at. Okay. And I'm in a convention. There's a few things I'm up to this year. Keep an eye on Flat Earth British, and all will be very fantastic, I can assure you. But there's one at the end of the year there in October. If you want to hook up, I don't know many of these people. I've spoken to this guy, Gary Frowen. I've got his books in the room. He's a fellow author. So I'm going to do that at the end of the year. So tickets are available in the description box down below. And keep an eye on, as I said, other stuff coming very, very soon. And we have other channels. If you don't know, okay, and you just arrived at Flat Earth British, Cactus Tartarian channel is my backup channel. Okay, there's 1,000 videos on there. Lots and lots of stuff about mudflood and Tartaria. Okay, and Flat Earth British Think Tank is our think tanky channel. Okay, which we do our think tanky things in. Okay, so there you all are. Live. It's 399 of you watching. I'm going to cut out very soon. I'm going to come and give you final shoutages. Okay, I'm back. So that was me. I'm back for a Flatterday, back in business. There is definite distinctions in, as you can see, in the architecture. The old Gothic cathedrals of the past. I don't think it was possible to build them, or them massive buildings at Tartaria. Going on what we've seen for the effort, the monumental, colossal effort, just to build that poxy church on the hill, which isn't all of that, is it? Decorative-wise, it's got no soul. It's empty, horrible thing. So, anyway, that's just my opinion and my calculations. So, there you go. So, Alva Billy, great fun, great stream. Thank you so much. Where is everybody? Alva Billy, yeah? They just do not... I'm hard to find. So, Cheryl, dear Cheryl, glad you made it back. Well, my Brian goes when I don't make content. You know what I'm like? Yeah, I'm like a sulker. I'm like, I can't stand it. I'm just too creative to, not be creating. That's what I do. I'm a creator. We're creators. Yeah, creators. And for 4 hours, come on, as well. So, thank you, Aaron Christopher. 4 hours later, I missed today's show. Doing it. Yeah, start from the very beginning. Well, thank you, Aaron. Journeying Soul Therapy. Good to speak to you. Good to see you, Brian Evans. He's from Walesland, where I am right now. It's really rainy and fucking horrible out there. Max Trump, lots of love to you too. That's how we win. We love him. We love him to death. Okay. I think it's a brilliant strategy. It's very annoying for evil people when you're all, don't really give a shit. But what's the hey? Like my World War I trench on acid scene was brilliant, wasn't it? Can you imagine that battle? It would have been fantastic. The belly dancers, I thought it was a nice bit. Did you enjoy that bit? It's good, the belly dancers, wasn't they? Mama, Moonflower. My dugout would have had belly dancers for sure. I can guarantee you that. Okay. You just know it. You know Flat Earth British. You know that's true. Jesse, Max, good to see you. I would have had the best dugout in the whole of the Somme. Okay. Luxury. I would have had chandeliers. No, I would have had chandeliers in my dugout. Phoenix, Isabel, good to see you. Thank you so much for that. And she's thanking me for my show. Thank you, Isabel. Hey, Isabella. Sung by Jimi Hendrix. Loyal Tangy, Wong Tangang tonight. Wong Chung tonight. Thank you for that. Loyal Tangy. Paint Drifter. The Queen's Tea Room. Okay, I'd love a cup of tea now. A yummy cup of tea. I'll have one of them. So Ting Ting's in the house. Good to see you, lovely Ting Ting Machiavelli. Steve Rosso. Okay. Psyop for the British invasion. Yeah. Oh. When I come to America land, yeah, I want like do you know when the Beatles came on their first tour of America? Yeah. You know, they had all screaming women at the airport. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want any of that hassle. Okay, I'm just going to slide in like a plane. Okay, you won't even know I'm there. I'm in the fringes. I'm in the shadows. Yeah, I'm there, but I'm not there. Okay, I'm everywhere and I'm nowhere. I'm everyone and I'm no one. Yeah. Okay, as long as we got that spiritually correct. Linda, sorted. The water in Mallorca don't taste like water at all. That's because it's pee. So thank you as well. You're the best too. Okay. So I've been inventing crazy stuff to tell you as well, but I'm sort of, there's me there. That's fucking spooky. I'll just think of a way to tell you. We don't want too much of a shock factor, you know. I think of your Bryans and stuff, you know, and there is such a thing as FEBOD, as you know. Okay. It's like, he done my fucking head in. I can't go to sleep now. Why did he even talk? Why did he even watch that in the first place? Syndrome, which is understandable. That's okay. We're a whole new thing. Okay. YouTube was not really ready for us. We're a bit ahead of our time. Don't worry. Everyone will catch up. This is what happens. I even have to catch up with myself. Okay. So I have to go, come on, Matt. Okay. Bing, juice in gear. Okay. Press the button. Bing. Into action. Crush that grape. Do you get my drift? Fucking dig it. See how epic we are, guys? It's scary. It's scary. The one good thing about this awakening, right, is we will always be fab. Okay, we'll always be fantastic. They will always be fuckos. Do you see the distinction? Us fab, then fuckos. So that will always be the case no matter whatever happens. Okay? We're always going to be legends and they're always going to be fuckos. So it's brilliant. Love always wins. Win, 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 win. Love, 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 love. Okay? I feel like I'm going to break out into a song now. A love wins song. Okay? Make you all cry. Love wins. But not like that. Okay? Because it makes you all teary. Even crying. You're having a moment now, aren't you? Tie that yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Is that about gonorrhea? I just wondered because it sounds like it might be. Don't worry. Pants on. Reggie D. It might be. I don't know. Right. What's Cheryl's saying to me? Oh, there be a shit show on the front row too. I just pay it no mind and laugh at it. Yeah, I don't want to take no notice because I'm like kung fu master, as you know. Okay. I've not given a fuck nuts. Not given a fuck nuts. Okay. There's only two people that can fight me. John Wicks and Chuck Norris together. No, I made that up. I'm not offering them out because the one turning up. Okay. Robert Trucking Mama. Bruce Lee's dead. Bruce Lee's dead. He was the only good Chinaman in America that was left. It was Bruce Lee. Oh, no. And Chuck Norris as well. Because he was like touched by Bruce Lee, wasn't he? Was Jackie Chan? Did he touch like Bruce Lee? Didn't he chain with Bruce Lee? Okay, we got Jackie Chan as well. Jackie Chan, Chuck Norris, and we got John Wick. We can win this war against the air. Yeah. Fight that air. Fuck you, air. Yeah. Yeah. Declare war on the air. Nobody ever gets hurt. Okay. And there's no hate ever. So nobody be able to dish one race or another race. Yeah. Or declare war on anything. Because we're going to fuck that air up. Why is that not genius, guys? No, that is. That is. Okay. It's going to make for a nice fluffy world. Okay. Thanks, Shay. Ma chérie amour, lovely as a chicken and mushroom pot noodle. Kevin Bell, thank you. I'm going to dive off now, guys, because like my Brian's like literally collapsed in on itself. This happens after hours of talking on YouTube. So I think that the room in the air was the healing room. It is. It is a healing room. We don't fight healing air. We make love to healing air. We fight evil air, which is their air, which is miasmic. Okay, it's full of germs. Yeah, they're going to come and get you. Okay, so our soul needs the material world to evolve and grow. It's a school. I couldn't agree more. It's a schoolyard. I literally feel like a kid in a schoolyard. I learn something new every single day. It's very exciting. The whole place is like, yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, and life is good. Yeah, it's just life is what you make it. That saying is very, very true. And if you don't want much, you can be happy with whatever, and you can be grateful as well. Okay. If you have Christmas Day every single day, you're not going to learn to be grateful for it, are you? You see what I mean? Yeah, no. There's a lot to be said for that, guys. Wise words, Martin. Thank you. So, Nelly the elephant packed the trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Oh, that's a sad song. I feel like crying. What happened to Nelly? I hope I didn't go down like Bambi. I'm getting upset. I'm upsetting myself in my brain. I'm going to have to go. Why did we die? They had an apocalyptic event, Robert, and they've been running a simulation, like conning us, thinking we wouldn't notice. Tricky, but there you go. Oh, thank you, Peter M. I got millions and millions more. I'm looking for a way to give them all away to the public, as to not sit on like a 4 terabyte hard drive full, or 2 hard drives full of pictures. It's like millions. And they're all like fucking juicy. You'd love them all. Yeah. I'm the best archive for searching for pictures that I've got on my own resource, which is good. Better than Vsauce. These are cunt, Mini. I've never forgave him for when Flat Earth came out, he made this like pushed by YouTube video, and is the earth flat? It's like 20 million fucking views or something stupid, isn't it? Well, he talks like somebody who's got learning difficulties. He really does. And he's like loads of people watch him think he's got actual intelligence because he repeats shit. Yeah. People think repeating shit or remembering shit is actual intelligence. No. You have to have a balance, okay, of intuition, which is number one. That's super intelligence. Okay. But you have to have some intelligence to understand your intuition. So it needs a balance of both intellect and intuition to be able to be a kung fu master at dealing with this weird fucking place that they put us all in. Does that make sense? Okay. And plenty of weed hubs as well. Ashley? Oh, do that to your head, guys. Makes your brain go back and forth. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, Avidas, the ether is the 6th element. Okay, 5th element is one of the best films ever made. Okay, Leilu, okay, managed to wear a band-aid and not show any of her body in the whole film. Okay, Multipass. It's a classic film. It is literally a classic film. I'm gonna have to watch 5th Element now. You fucking said that. Okay, but not tonight. My head is buzzing now. I gotta go. So please like this video, subscribe to All Things Flat Earth British, stick the fuck around, and subscribe to all the juice that's coming your way. Yeah, I'm gonna brain spew all over you this year. You're gonna be in so much fucking trouble. You better just brace yourself, because Martin is coming. Okay, in a big way. This is the year of Flat Earth British. Reading Grimm's Fairy Tales by Rick Mail. Oh, thank you, Little Wing. I might actually click and listen to that later, because I love Rick Mail's stuff, and Grimm's Fairy Tales are gnarly, aren't they? So, and Mandala affected, we are finding. So, peace and love to you all. Okay, Nostalgic. Thank you so much, Manny. Thank you, everybody. I got to get on. It's literally 12 o'clock midnight here. I've been talking for 4 fucking hours. Now when like that. I don't even know where the time went. It's just ridiculous. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Charles. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Miles there, mate. Didn't see you there. Thanks, Panson. Thanks, Mama. Thanks, Tropical. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Max. Thanks, S. Coops. Thanks, Charles. I said that. Oh. And anybody else who's in this descriptions box that I haven't said to. Stay out of trouble. We like trouble. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you said stay out of trouble. So, well, that's like really impossible. Fucking hell. I don't think anyone gets as much trouble as me. Born twice. Linda. Good to see you. And King Shin. And probably not as well as he's lucky for looking like Bruce Lee. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jet Li's pretty good, though, isn't he? But I don't want to go on about Kung Fu all the time. People think I watch his Kung Fu movies all the time, and I don't. Yeah. But Kung Fu is cool. Isn't it? Like Grasshopper. Yeah. That's me. I'm like Grasshopper. I'm Kung Fu. I'm quiet and humble. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. I break bread with you and shave it with bread with you. Yeah. But I'll Kung Fu you. Yeah. If you're an evil gangster or whatever. Well, I like my happy little world, guys. It just makes me happy. Adele, do you sing? Big love to you as well. I bet you had the name before her anyway, and she's not real. Jilly, hiya. Ta-ta for now. It's so long, all of you. That's a weird saying, isn't it? So long. So long. It'll be so long before I see you again, but it won't be. Because this week, I got 2 interviews. I got one I got to be sharing with you that I did the other day. And I got the next heats of Flat Earthers Got Talent, which is going to be fantastic, by the way. Okay. Yeah. That fucking Simon Cowell, he got nothing on us. I bet he's like this. Fucking, I hate Flat Earth British. He always has juicy stuff. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Because we're fantastic. Yeah. Because we're not television. Yeah. And we're not in the weird cult that you're all in. Yeah. I'm actually addressing them up there, guys, in case they watch us, the mainstreamy, muggle, purple pillars. Okay. Every day's a gamble. Okay, I like this. Because what you got to do is you got to seize the day every day, guys. Like it's the last day on Earth, yeah? Why waste a fucking second of this life? Yeah, that's what I say. Why waste a second? Make every second as best you possibly can. Don't have boring moments. Do something with them. Yeah, be creative. Be fucking... Grab a book. It doesn't even matter as long as you're doing something. Every day's a gamble. A death is around each corner. Yeah, but again, he's a pussy. Yeah, I can say that. And I'm going to say that. He's a pussy. Yeah, yeah. It's laughing at you the whole time. Yeah, since you were born. Yeah, death has been laughing at you. So the best thing to do is laugh the fuck back because it's a joke. The whole thing, you wait till the fucking punchline, guys. It's a joke. Yeah, they got us in a fucking sideshow. Yeah, I ain't playing. I ain't taking part in it. I'm opting out of your weird cult, is what I'm doing. I was in a globe cult for like 40 plus years. That was weird. I believed all sorts of crazy shit. Yeah, pulsars, black holes. Oh, dear. Things I used to believe. Anyway, I'm going. Okay. Make sure to like this video, please. Okay. Bugger. Okay. My thing's not working. I was going to blow a kiss. Doesn't matter. It's not important. Anyway, I got to go and eat something before it's too late to eat anything. Because if you eat really late, you have bad dreams, he says. Well, my mother used to say. I don't think it's true, though. Anyway. Peace and love to you all. Double flat wiggly thumbs. Okay. It's a joke. It just takes a minute to get a punchline. Yeah, you know it. So, could somebody get rid of that? Like block it. Because that's one of those like sad wanker sites that we were talking about earlier. Okay. So, Max Pop, I missed the show. You have to start from Mars from the beginning. I'm very sorry. So, I can't do that from here. I can do it from here. Thank you. So, somebody hit it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Lex. Okay, I gotta get going. It's too late. Okay. Peace and love to you all. Be good. And thank you for watching our Flatterday experience. Much more to come.